Welcome back to Into the Wildlands. Last time, our adventurous group, the Fading Hearts, have returned to the Emerald Star outpost to recover, and upon their return, met with the living hunter, drinking and eating with the rest of the other traveling adventurers in the Stag Inn. Some reveille and rest was much needed, but also questions needed to be answered. So, the group spoke with the now revealed revenant, that is Hunter, after most of the partying adventurers left upon Hunter's slightly veiled lies of what happened in their little quest. And through brief conversation and some past reveals, it was clear that their mutual quarry, Ed Matthias Dominguez, had his hands in a lot of particular events behind the scenes and certain events that had indeed happened, such as the Cult of the Dragons, the rise of, or the failed rise of Tiamat. But yet, it is eerie how much the fates of these people are being entwined into a mess ball of hatred and double crossing because of this singular mage. After some more pressing discussions within among the group, they all decided to sit back to rest their weary bodies from the ordeal that their souls had been through. Except that only two members, Terranin and Arizel, were not given such a peaceful rest. One dreamt of a horrid past, a painful and humiliating one that still bears scars in the mind and heart. The other dreamt of a possible future, one where defeat was certain and defilement of a worse sort was prepared for them. Both appeared to have some sort of meaning, both definitely have weight, and both were painful in their own ways. Upon the morning, the group decided to continue resting their bodies and checking upon certain little loose ends, but overall to finish their little quest of turning in the dagger and meeting with Madame Medea, as she is now holed up in a private house with an entourage of guards from the Rashakan outpost. After the meeting, the group upon the meeting, despite the shady presence of the area, seemed civil enough, and the group were conducting business until the mentioning of curses and the not so big reveal of Madame Medea asking Adaria about the Golden King. Where will our wayward adventurers go next as the 12th session of the Into the Wildlands begins? And as we have left off, Tyrion, you are getting some really nice hand pats right below the jaw and across the back of the head by Adia, while she is looking pretty much directly at Adaria and leaving off from the last session. I'm sure you will know best about the Golden King, Adaria.
So did the cult send you to retrieve me?
No,
What do you want?
the pitch black obsidian eyes narrow a little bit. There are many things I desire, Adaria, but if I have to make a priority of it. She pauses as if she's looking at you very closely. You truly don't remember, do you?
That's what happens when people start pulling apart your brain like it's a little toy. You don't remember what you have done or what you haven't.
Hmm. This makes this encounter, rather this forced reveal, far less satisfying. Though, I suppose we should get to the point of that. I want you to convince my little sister to leave the cult.
Wait, what? Do I know her then?
You can make me a history at disadvantage.
Well, it's already a
I
disadvantage. You
know.
don't have to tell me.
Yes,
Double
'cause
disadvantage.
Triple disadvantage, Jesus Christ. I hate this.
you've
Also, that's a -4,
Four.
so 4.
yes.
Jesus!
You feel like there's something supposed to be there, but as far as you know, these words she directs at you hit a stone wall. They don't really phase you.
You have a name for her. And she's kind of just... Now she's kind of entered a more, like, business proposition where she's drumming her finger from her right hand on her table and is getting ready to light her pipe with her other hand.
Please refrain from smoking. It hurts the senses I have left.
What a darn shame that was, as she said she's going to light it up!
So you're attempting to light the
The pipe.
okay, so as you flick for fire,
Mm-hmm.
the fire does not appear. And you feel it's a bit colder now. And damp.
Fine. Fine.
So you know each other?
Not directly. My sister, Nambi, knows you all so very well. Miss Messiah.
That is not her name.
Prefer not. Isn't it always the Star Child or some other bullshit they'd like to point me at and throw me on posters for?
If only you had your memories, you would actually knew what that meant. Alas, as I said, this particular reveal left a somewhat sour distaste for me, because you don't even remember Nambi.
Mm.
But that's fine. She will no doubt know where you are now because of the... She gestures with her chin. That blankie wrapping itself around you.
Trust me, I'd rather take it off, but apparently that's not befitting of me, and I've tried. Keeps coming back.
Oh, I would know that very well, my dear. She stops petting Retta and places her hands onto the table, open palmed, and you see what looks to be like a illusionary effect. Considering that you don't remember anything, Miss Messiah, and you may roll insight as how she says this, but
I mean, it's not gonna go very far.
I was gonna say, regardless of your roles for this, it's very clear that she's calling you Messiah in a very sarcastic and almost hostile intent.
Damn, and that's -4, so that's a 10.
You can definitely feel the animosity that's coming out of it.
Oh, didn't I get your knickers in a twist when I was doing something before?
Oh, you most certainly have.
How tall is this table?
Not that tall. It's
Yeah, but I'm very short. So
yes.
I just
you're right.
Sin, you just see these like the tip of his nose and these two orange eyes just looking at you.
She's just Again, Adia just goes, well, showing the image, says, I mean, you did convince my sister to join. And
Well,
to those who are not at Aria, you see this figure as she makes the illusion. And she does so with clear.
that image is something.
However, at Aria, what you see is different.
Hey, I know Alabaster. He was a character. God damn it.
You see this instead
so
at
cool.
Aria.
The fucking ad
I
symbol's
love
making me
this.
think it's a fucking uwu.
Oh my god.
Fucking
I
hate
see
that.
it. I'm just waiting for one of these just to be the table flip.
If I not do that, I may just do that next time.
Pretty.
But
Fucking Messiah uwu. God damn it. Uwu Messiah.
however, Adaria, since you are looking at this, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yay. Holy shit. It's actually not bad.
A 9. Because of the effects
Is
of
it?
your...
Hold on.
13 minus 4 is 9, my friend.
Why? Hold on.
Why?
No, it already has the thing plugged in, I think. Oh, wait, no, because the -1. Oh, wait.
Oh, you have minus 1.
Yeah, it already has it plugged in.
Where's the
think.
-1 coming from, though?
So his regular wisdom is already minus 4. And then he added,
Okay.
like, there's an extra minus 4. So the total is
Alright,
13.
so-
He just needs to
Yeah,
unflick the
13.
minus 4.
Okay. Alright, so
Yeah,
that
that's
should
my
be
bad.
a 10.
Yeah.
You just passed, because that was just a
Holy
low DC effect.
Thank God.
Yes, because it was DC 10, so you just passed it. But you feel like there's a nagging memory of it.
So,
Lem-
were you one of them? And I just pointed at Aria. Talking to Adia.
She contemplates this. I suppose I still am, to a degree, more independent. Although my reasons is to safeguard my little sister. And she looks at all of you. I don't know if you would understand the desire to protect your younger sibling.
I'm the youngest.
Fuck. Fucking is Hubella youngest of the cousins? Yes, I have one. Technically,
If you can remember.
I have. What? I was looking through my family, like just like for RP. Yeah, I was checking like who I actually had gotten back. Technically,
Yes.
I have scant memories, to say the least. At least of a cousin who was younger. We went on a hunting expedition together. Well, this was before, apparently, they started messing with my head. Maybe it was after. I don't recall.
Yes. I suppose some of you may understand. Then also understand why I bear slight hostilities towards you and your family, De La Centra.
Haven't heard that name in a while.
Well, considering you are being emptied out in preparation for the services as a messiah, I contemplate whether or not I should kill you here and now.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what would happen if you killed somebody within 30 feet of me.
Also, if she dies, who becomes the next Messiah? You wouldn't know. While she lives, you know who she is, and I'm assuming where.
Indeed, that is the very quandary that I suffer from.
Also, we've seemed to make a little deal with Thanatos, so if you kill me here and now, you may throw away the key, but then what if I die and take it with me as well? Then you might just lose the gold. the king may just lose his power forever. Or maybe even worse, that starts a chain effect that lets him come to the real realm since I'm, as you say, emptied out. Would you really want to take that risk? And she's just looking as she's kind of just stopped and like just staring, not at her, but like around her.
You guys see, it's like this conversation has been going on. Rena's like getting like more and more slightly confused. You can tell this by just his ears are like slowly just going down.
Now I do have one question
And
before
it's
we
also
start.
clear that to you, Retta, that almost everybody but you are not looking at Adia in the eyes. They're all looking around, but not at her.
I do have one
She-
proposition if you wish to have your sister back. Could you at least free our little friend of your little void eyes? I've seen into the abyss, and your eyes aren't that great, trust me.
I think they're pretty.
Shut the hell up, Retta.
Tyranid.
I know I'm saying it, never mind.
It is not of some ability, or I suppose you would consider it a charm spell. It is an innate ability, no different than that of one who breathes air.
So what you're saying is you can't... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And it is also by the desires of those who look upon them that act upon such ideals or wishes.
You can
That
just
being
say...
said,
Oh, sorry.
that being said, it is not by my will that your friend here has decided to be more friendly with me. It was by his choice.
Oh yes, I forgot it was the choice to look into one's eyes and forcibly make them so. That's really the great illusion of choice, isn't it?
Ears full back. All you see is the hood. He's just like looking down. Like I am fully confused now.
Well, isn't that not the choice you gave to my sister when you convinced her to be your handmaiden?
If I recalled that, then perhaps. But since I don't have any recollection, I at least can claim ignorance for such choice.
She tends to just promise money or boats.
I'd promise
Oh,
more than that.
Had it not anyone occurred to them as to whose coffers she would be taking it from?
Actually, I didn't care. That's not my problem.
I suppose not.
She doesn't know where my hoard
But
is.
let me get this straight. You want us to get your sister out of this bullshit cult that all of you are enjoying, huh?
Yes. Or rather, she again, Retta, since you're the one who's actually looking at her.
Tyranid.
Tyranid.
Don't worry. It's like that's why I'm doing it. It's because it's taking me time to switch over.
Yeah. So, Tyranid, you see, as everyone else is pretty much avoiding direct eye contact with Adia, she has been just locked focus on Adaria, and you don't even need insight for this. You can tell, like, these eyes that she's looking at, even you don't see the irises or sclera, any of those things. You can just see that it is pure hostility. If it had been any other situation, she'd probably be trying to wrap her hands around Adaria's throat right now.
Been there.
Now, can I ask one other question before we get too deep into bullshit of my problems and yours? Why do you need the dagger for?
A favor. Gaining favor amongst the nobility in the Rashakan outposts can get you quite far.
Do you even know what it does?
No. Should I really be worried about that now? My concern
Depends if
is to my sister.
Now let me ask you one more question. Do you know of a man by the name of Ed Matthias?
Fuck that guy.
Dominguez.
I thought it was Ed Matthias.
He has 3 names.
Okay.
He's like an assassin or a serial killer. He has 3 names.
Why? Why must you hurt me like this, Steven?
I gave him a middle name. I'm sorry.
I love how he somehow become the crux of like 90% of the plot on this fucking island.
I gave him a good bad guy.
He's the first
Hey,
arc.
Miser, here's the first arc. Fuck off. The first arc was the Red Knight, and then going to hell. Anyway.
No. Should I name truly concerned me?
Yeah.
Well, considering he's the one looking for the daggers, he's the one in control of the knights. And chances are he's rather pissed off at all of us for doing that, but probably not.
I mean, he may kill you first before you do, and that would be a darn shame if you can't wring my own neck, wouldn't it?
Okay, so let us back up. You want us to get your sister out of the stupid hoo-hoo, whatever, cult that has been whatever with all of you, and that's it?
Yes.
Easy
Fine.
enough.
Where is she?
I feel that she'll be approaching the emptied out Messiah here soon enough.
Fine.
Jeez,
Second question. Since I feel like that's going to be a problem, Sin literally just kind of starts turning and walking. What are the conditions that she must be returned or freed in?
Alive. And of her own will. Which I'm certain that our, well, the cults, again, she has not turned her attention away from anybody and just been looking at Adaria. The emptied out, empty head vessel here can do the convincing. As apparently, my little sister Nambi is fully convinced that whatever this one has said is indeed the words of the creator of some sort of bullshit.
I mean,
And
I'm
if-
willing to guarantee the live part, but the willing part, that seems a bit touchy.
Well, if you have to, you could knock her unconscious, but I do want my little sister back alive.
Deal.
Moved on, and I think I was going to sell her into slavery. Oh wait, the cult already does that.
So the moment you say slavery, Retta, you are closest. You see Adia's hands flip over, the palms facing down on the table, and then her fingers just easily punched into the wood.
Now, dear, you don't want to lose your sister by killing me.
Oh no, Retta sees this. You
Oh,
don't.
okay.
There's a statue between you two right now. Unless you want to roll
Yeah.
perception.
Fuck it, why not?
And it looks like
This would make
reaches up his hand and puts it on hers and goes, "There are most of this party will never do that."
wow.
You
A
roll.
fucking yeah, I know. -4 still, but even that's like a 15.
That's just enough. You definitely see the her fingers, those delicate looking fingers and nails, suddenly just sink into this thick wooden table with ease as if it was a butter knife.
Please, everybody knows who I am. You think if she was allowed to sell anyone to freaking slavery while I was around, I wouldn't just stab her in the face?
I thought you would turn her into a zombie.
I mean, if I die now, I don't even think you can make me into a zombie.
No, that would be the problem.
Darn shame, too. But as I said, I don't wish to see her sister harmed. As much as I just like prodding fun while you still can't kill me. Because it seems like you wish to. So why not poke an angry bear until it can maul you?
Let's just go.
There's a uneasy silence on Adia, and through a slight rough actually, I'm gonna roll this for her because
She's about to fucking throw a knife in my throat.
she might do worse. Let me
I'm
just get her sheet.
Dude, I'm playing to the character though, cause fucking she's a
No, I
royal and I fucking hate her. So
But you're assuming she's royal.
she works for royals, and I'm generally not a fan.
That makes perfect sense. Let me get her sheet. Here we
Because
go.
that was under the assumption when I met her before. She said, "Oh, I work for these people." I'm like, "Fuck you."
No, that's perfectly
So
fine.
now that I have like an in, I can just poke and prod until.
All right. She's still composed, even if perhaps a slight bit of fake, false smiles on her face. Very well. Do keep in mind that should you help me here with my sister's return, I will not bear any hostilities or enact any particular actions that would hinder your, I suppose, quest to deal with. And she gestures to the. Is the knife present, or?
No, the knife's been in the bag the whole time.
Yeah, we haven't taken her out.
Is she actually? If I remember right, we said we didn't have it.
Yes.
No, we said we didn't have it. Retta doesn't know.
Yeah,
that-
I was
don't-
was dead when we
Yeah,
picked it up,
and
so I
Adaria
don't know
took
we
it
have
and
it.
then gave it to Sin. Yeah, Adaria took it
Oh
and
wait,
gave it to
you
Sin.
passed her. I think you passed her the helmet of the Crimson Knight. Though.
Yeah.
Yes. All right,
That's-
perfect. No, I just forgot a little bit on that end as a DM, but
No, that's cool.
yeah, she
Yeah, no
gestures,
worries.
she gestures toward the helmet of the Crimson Knight. This thing's owner.
I can't growl, but Retta would.
Yeah.
No, that's more like.
It's literally
fucking
just because
cat.
my insides. Retta's very cat-like. If you haven't noticed. Fuck, Tyranid.
I'm kind of now. I'm just hearing Retta doing the cat hiss. But anyway, she gestures to it as like, I will not hinder your, I suppose, quest into dealing with the owner of this thing, and perhaps may aid you in some way of my capacity. As far as for this individual, Ed Matthias Dominguez, I do not know him specifically, but if he has made business with Rajakan Outpost, he may have done so in an alias. Or behind my back and my unnoticed.
He is an egotistical prick. I suspect he would do it right in front of everybody.
Just be wary of a mage in black robes, flanked by now 2 armored individuals.
Could he have made another red knight just in case already?
Possibly.
You wouldn't be referring to one of them being a full black armored tall hulk of a thing.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. That would be. And I believe there's a white one.
I have not seen a white one. But at the very least, yes, he did arrive to Rashakan Outpost a few weeks prior. Very briefly. Seemed that he was intent to speaking with the nobility. Not too much so. I don't know the details of their conversation, but he was accompanied by I suppose, a Goliath in heavy armor.
Just be wary, they may be charmed.
Or they're just dust inside of an armor suit, walking away like men.
I was speaking of the nobles he spoke to.
Oh, yes, they might be dead.
Her eyes narrow a little bit more. And she's just going to incite you guys. It's not it's just on her level of believability to you all.
I mean, I don't think she's gonna believe half the shit
It's-
Adaria is spewing just to annoy her.
It's mostly this is for an NPC to see just how much she really should look into this. It's something as me, the DM, will do.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're just like you're gauging interest off
Yeah.
it, basically.
I do the same thing.
Okay.
Very well. These particular soldiers here are loyal to me. They are not of the cult, and have been keeping an eye out for possible yellow Golden King activities. So far, none has happened, but my sister is on this island, that I can assure you.
That makes things easier.
Perhaps. That being said, again, she has not taken her gaze off of Adaria this entire conversation.
No, it's really quite impolite to stare. I haven't done it to you.
Well, I'm just thinking of the perfect angle to strangle you with if you double-cross me again.
It's from the
Well, get
left
in.
side.
Yes, get in line. I have at least 3 other people that are trying to, and she points at Sin, then points at Retta.
I owe you 100 years. I will not kill you.
Damn it, Retta. That's just her under her breath.
Oh,
Fuck,
dear.
I forgot.
100 years of servitude? What have you done to this one here?
She brought me back from death.
Believe it or not, I'm a good person, despite what you may think of me.
I'm doing this of my own free will. She did not ask.
I mean, in all good statements, I haven't seen her kick any puppy.
Oh wait, there was puppies meant to be kicked? Oh darn, I should have done that on the way over.
No, I kicked them far before you got there.
What a damn shame.
Mammals.
So,
Fucking...
it's pretty clear that Adia is likely not used to this sort of little horsing around banter that you guys are having with each other.
Yeah!
It's very
I
clear
fucking
that
imagine she's like, what the fuck are they saying?
that, as well as she's debating whether or not you guys have just truly lost your minds. And she even adds, "You are certainly not as pompous as I last saw you, or at least heard from Nambi about you."
I mean, at least from my perspective of my warped mind, royalty annoys me. Any person in power, even this golden one, claims to be a king, doesn't really fit my bill, and I'd rather see him burn. But sadly, as she holds up the robe, I'm quite tied to him currently, whether my own volition or not.
That you are, which is why I'm not going to touch that.
Hmm.
That being said, I suppose this helmet is proof enough that you dealt with Quest. She gestures to one of the men in the back as one of them just very calmly walks over to you all, or at least toward the table, places a small bag. It's a pity that we could not find the knife. I would at
And
least
don't
want to know.
put the helmet on. Apparently, it likes to enslave.
Why would I want to cover my beautiful face?
Oh, not you. I meant any of them. That one doesn't look like he knows.
Fucking, he's trying to put it on! Fucking Jeff, stop putting it
The guy
on!
that picked it up, she's like, wants to make sure. Would be a real shame if he suddenly decided to start murdering people in here.
Well, if that is the case, then I and those who are still remaining would be more than happy to put that one down.
The guy's probably just like,
He's like looking at the helmet, looks at all of them, like, fuck.
And now I want one of you guys to roll me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So roll me a 5d6.
Dear God.
It smells like it's all you, Adaria.
I'm rolling.
Fine.
Oh.
Well.
Oh,
Well.
wow, 2 doubles.
Well.
Okay, so I suppose some reward is adequate.
Is it
Within it-
Electrum? Fucking...
I mean, since you, all right, you know what? Since you asked, I'm gonna roll
No!
that now.
No! Fuck!
Your fault, Mariner.
Fuck! Copper,
Okay.
isn't it?
No, I should do that to scare you guys. No, it's actually 150 platinum.
Oh, that's not bad then. Jesus. We're swimming in money.
Are
Some
you?
of us.
I have, wait, 150 platinum each or just 150 in the bank? Okay.
Total. That's what that bag has in there.
We can split that pretty evenly.
Consider that as the down payment to getting my sister back to me. And I hope for the sake of all of us, including your current self, that you are not hollowed out any further and becoming a empty vessel as they hoped for. That she slides out of her chair, comes over, gives give everybody a somewhat slight bow. It is still clear that she has been focused on Adaria, and to those who are watching or observing her, it looks like she's still tense, as if expecting Adaria to burst into something of tentacles or some sort of monstrosity.
Oh, I want to be an asshole, but I know it can get us killed. Hold on, let me roll. See. Fuck it, we're doing it. Fucking Adoria's just gonna take one step forward with her foot and that's it, and kind of like like that fight me kind of thing. At her as she's kind of watching.
God, why is she so stupid? Literally,
I'm gonna get my.
She's like sat down in a chair and just leaning back, drinking. So stupid.
Oh, there's no intent in that at all.
No, but again, she's been observing you. If I didn't know any better, you're attempting some sort of joke.
God,
A
I
lot
hope
of-
so. That's a terrible delivery.
A lot
Yes.
of times I attempt some rather dark jokes. Guess it's part of my mind missing.
I suppose the audience is just not right and fitting for the delivery of such a bland joke. Finally, she takes her eyes off and looks over to you, Freda, since you mentioned about a sibling. I do hope that you never have to suffer any pain or issues of a younger sibling being involved with something far too dangerous for their own good.
Well, being the younger sibling, I know I give my sister plenty of headaches.
Ah, it's the other way around. Don't trouble her too much then.
The eyes just scan the party, and you guys see. You probably haven't seen this a lot, but the pupil dilates and then it gets real thin. As in Reddit's way of going, oh fuck.
Very well. I shall leave you all to be. Take a reward. You've already been tasked with what you need to do. I will remain here for at least another 2-3 days, give or take, and I should make my way back to Rashakan. She walks up and saunters to her room, followed by her 2 guards. Although her 2 guards stop by right at the door.
Well, that went rather swimmingly. I actually had fun.
Now that we're done with that, can we go find a competent druid, please?
Ha!
As you're heading out,
Um,
the knights open the guards just open the door and let you out. They say
Difference
nothing.
between competence and not remembering half the things.
All right, let's take you back to the other city now, or other map. Where are you? Yep.
I feel weird.
Oh, welcome back, Reda. How was your journey? Sorry, tearing in.
Pleasant.
We'll explain what happened later.
So, what does her metaphorical butthole smell like? With your nose that far up it.
Oh, whoops. Wrong
What-
spot.
I was gonna say, wow, we arrived at a weird town.
Yes, I hit the wrong macro.
Nah, no problem. I don't know. I don't see that. I see too much brown on his nose. Are we sure he's not a brown dragon?
Oh,
Fuck those
those
dirt
rare-
eaters.
Could be worse. Could be one of those shit drakes.
They're shit drakes? Disgusting. I don't know what
But-
accent that was.
Disgusting.
Disgusting! I guess that's what I was going for, because my mind always defaults to that meme.
You're all making fun of me.
Yes, you're basically under that woman's guise every time we see her. Which is great because, but also horrible because you tell her everything.
Are we
It is
Great.
not friends?
God, no. Pretty
No,
sure she wants to
Brett,
stab me
kill
with.
you.
Most,
She
to be
also wants
fair,
to-
most people want to stab you.
I guess I have that effect on people, where they either want to brutally murder me, or joke about brutally murdering me, or stab me through the neck, or let me die in a ditch. Apparently people really fucking hate me, or whatever I was. I can't even remember a damn thing.
Oh, don't. Please don't. Sin walks up, puts a hand on her shoulder. No, please don't. Don't confuse yourself. We hate you as much now as what you probably were.
Oh, that's so great. I'll remember that while you're stabbing me in the neck and I get to visit Thanatos again.
When were you there?
Now that
I'm
being
sorry, what?
said, seeing that you guys have dealt with this particular encounter with no casualties or bad mouthing, or rather being.
I mean,
Um,
there was some bad mouthing.
I was-
Let's be
I was-
real.
I was just saying, in character, bad mouthing.
Oh, yeah.
You may all have a point of inspiration.
Pog.
Yay! I helped.
Cool, I can use it to not get disadvantage.
Or you could save it since it's still down.
Yeah, I'll probably wait.
All right, let's find a druid and see if we can get this filth off of me. And Arizel.
So Arizel, she had been sticking around long enough to give you guys a heads up as to where the conclaves are at and the places that they, at least the druids, are roundabout in. And let me just.
Well, we were looking for the Mama something.
Yes,
Mama
Granny.
Moss or Granny Moss, whatever.
Yeah.
I have her token. Give me a minute, because I think I actually talked to her like twice. Emerald Star, Conclave. Nope. People. Nope. I guess I don't have her, or maybe I do.
Because I didn't do the reveal.
Oh yeah. I've talked. I'm gonna call it Granny Wet Moss until I remember her actual name.
We were told that she was out by the walls.
Yeah,
Yes.
or hanging around, and she had told me that before as well. So.
I'm sure. What happened to some of my maps here? Some of them actually got
Um,
damaged.
She said she used to work for the because do you want me to roll a history? Because I think she said she used to work for the Moon Druids.
No, she
not-
worked. She worked in one of the conclaves here.
No, that's why I said the Conclave of the Moon Druid here, or is it tech? Oh wait, it's Sun here. Moon's
Sun
up north.
here.
Never mind. Yeah. Okay. Never
There.
mind.
There is the land and shepherds.
Okay. I thought it was Sun for whatever reason. My brain. It's been a long
Yes.
time. We've only went to these conclaves like technically once, and it wasn't even our characters.
Yes, there is the. As you were here, Arizel did mention that there was because you did do some look around,
Mhm.
that there is a conclave. Actually, you also did so as well as Adaria. You do know that there is a conclave of the land and conclave of the shepherds. And of the two conclaves, you know that Raven Moss was part of the shepherds conclave.
Well, we should at least start looking into the Shepherd Conclave and then make our way through. Won't be too bad as long as we don't say anything stupid. And she looks at Syndra. Correct?
Sid's kind of just looking at her hand like, I don't really care, just get this thing off of me.
Okay.
Telling me you don't like being cursed?
What's
Seems
on
like
you?
a joy. Yeah, what is on you? You keep saying something, but we don't see it.
All I know is it's attached to Orcus.
Gross.
What do you have with a musical instrument? Hold on, someone will get the joke.
We got
Sin
it. We just
Sin
chose not to
stops
laugh.
Sin just stands there and just stares like, if I didn't need you, I would stab you just for that.
I feel like that's a running pattern at this point, love.
So you make your way to the conclave of the shepherds. And as you enter, it's a bit more brighter in this particular spot. The grass has been heavily worn down, or at least one could say maintained and not wild, or as wild as the outer perimeter.
Is that? Oh my god.
And
Sorry, I'm just.
Retta, you recognize the woman that you ran into briefly with her.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Hello,
Oh
Mel.
my god.
With her baby owl bear. And in the center, you do see a individual with looks to be like a. Just get to their sheets. A lot of stuff I gotta move around. There we go. Yep, so you see a man with his black bird on his shoulder.
Damn.
All right.
And you also see other individuals. The man in the center is definitely giving a conversation, mostly about dealing from this distance. You can definitely hear keywords of Venom Hand and Bone Breakers.
They're not talking Druidic, are they? Or. 'Cause I actually
They're-
forget that.
No, they're just talking in common.
All right, Ataria. Are these the kind that strive under being challenged, or are they just going to be idiots?
Let's see, the Shepherd's goals, if I remember correctly, ought to be a peaceful brand that wish to only. What is it now, as they say? Grow the land and make sure all land can prosper for the creatures, and would rather protect a creature over a human, or rather their own kind. So, meta-wise, I think it's basically essentially the PETA of druids.
You're not wrong.
That's basically what it is. So try not to piss off any animals, compliment them if you can, and we should get out of this relatively unscathed without any curses. And Retta, don't threaten to eat one, even if they look good.
My name's Terranin.
Sorry, Terranin. Still getting used to that. But still don't eat one.
Thinking to himself, why would I eat it? It's so small.
It's chubby, that's for sure. But how do you approach them? As you get closer, you do hear the words get a little more distinct. And from the gentleman in the center. Simply
Cinder's just
adding,
rolling up her sleeve on that on her left arm.
are you touching the particular markings?
Trying not to touch them, I suppose.
Okay.
I find it hard not to touch something that's on you already.
Well, I mean,
Unless it's like itchy.
unless you're tracing it or trying to poke at it.
No,
Poke.
just pulling it up just in case any of them can see it off the bat.
These three give you a quick look, but the humanoids or the humans humanoid figures do not seem to take notice of you. The little owlbear is still staring at you, or rather, it's staring at your exposed arm. And the gentleman here, still talking, going along the lines of, all right, since the emissary of the Venom Hand is here, I should at least try to get more information out of him about his tribe's actions as of late, since they've been getting far more aggressive, along with the Bone Breakers. And recently I've been hearing about gnoll attacks in the flatlands further up north. Pauses for a brief moment, looks into your direction, Syndra, and says, "Can I help you, miss, and your coterie?"
Yeah, Cin's just kind of sitting there with like their hand up, and then she like looks over. Well, I think we can help each other out, possibly. You're interested in knowledge of the Venom Hand.
By the way, Syndra, now as the man's looking at you, the bird on his shoulder is looking at your arm.
But because we have, it's the sharp tooth that we have this thing with, right?
Yeah, Venom Hand are the ones that we have said with the Bone
Murder the shit
Breakers
out
that
of.
we would. Yeah, basically. Well, we didn't say it. Someone else did.
We have a meeting with the Bone Breakers potentially, but I need something in return, which would be: is anybody capable of removing something cast upon someone by Orcus?
I'm just gonna do a mass D20 roll here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the only one that breaks is this gentleman here, and he immediately steps back, almost hiding behind the rocks here. Says, "Orcus!" Because everyone else is kind of like looking in gas and in a tent of fear. But this particular gentleman actually hides behind the rock.
Yes, yesterday I went down to Thanatos to retrieve that one, and I believe we've both come back touched by some festering curse of that ridiculous thing. By the way, my friend shot him in the dick before he died.
What a mood.
I see. The center druid looks a bit flabbergasted and continues on and says, "I am Gerard Ravenmoss.
A pleasure.
Let's do the shield reveals. Here we go.
I am Syndra, Lady Syndra of Crestfallen.
I see. And how, by some chance, you'll have to repeat that again. You went into Thanatos, the lair of the abyss, to retrieve someone's soul, and you've been marked by Orcus, the demonic prince of undeath.
Yes. Through a ritual provided by the Sharptooth and other things, we were able to myself and, well, this lady here, Ataria, were able to pass into the realm of the dead, where we retrieved the unusual kobold and my acquaintance here.
Hi.
And I'm my second mate here. who
She's
had
so-
perished momentarily beforehand, and I found her at the gate of Thanos, about to be eaten by Orcus's giant skull in the Lake of Fire, and well, a friend of mine who had already passed and other crewmates had, well, danced around Orcus like he was a bitch. And then death took 100 years of my life, and before I knew it, I had these markings here, as she kind of does trace them a little bit.
So as you trace the tattoos on yourself, you do feel a sense of pain emanating from them into your mind.
Oh, that's pleasant. She kind of pinches the bridge of her nose.
Right. Huh. Gerard looks. He's a little bit conflicted of whether to believe you or not, because it sounds just too spectacular.
I mean, your animals are friends there are relieving me. They haven't taken their eyes off of it.
And he's going to cast a particularly known spell of Speak with Animals, and you hear him slightly chirping a little bit. The particular bird on his shoulder. Oh, Zoo show play.
Question: does an owlbear speak owl, or does it speak bear?
Yes. It speaks animal.
It speaks owlbear.
Yeah, bitch.
It
It's
is
its own language.
It is a fusion between owl and bear.
You just hear like weird grunts and like
English.
yeah, pretty much.
Yes. Yes.
It's like a Esperanto, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, Greed. Welcome.
Howdy.
So, you are currently at the inn. You drank yourself lots of coffee and been sitting in the back.
Passed
We'll
out.
get you. We'll get to you briefly.
Coffee has no effect on me.
I am too hardwired for this caffeine.
This shit's too
And
good.
Gerard looks against us very well.
Actually spiked
Yes,
with chili
and-
peppers.
Step a bit closer. I'll see what I can do. The others are kind of just keeping their distance away from you. The small owlbear is definitely watching you.
Not surprised I've like teleported in. Dropped from the sky.
No, they're still in the city. They're still in the outpost.
Yeah, we haven't left yet, sadly.
Mm.
Weird, us never leaving the same town. Haven't had that ring around the rosy
A
before.
bar.
Not even that. I was referring to when we kept going back to fucking in Miser's campaign in Ravenloft.
Oh.
Kept going back to the
Morningside.
same town. Yeah, fucking Mornshire.
All right, let's see what he can do. Arcana. And...
Damn, son. Fucking Jared. Or is that? I guess it is Jared.
Strahd.
Yes.
Gerard. Oh my god. Did it enunciate the letter? Sorry.
It's French.
Well, it's definitely a curse, but I can't tell if it's from Orcus.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. Did you see this Orcus curse?
back to
Like,
our-
oh my god. Yeah. Sorry, we're just vamping.
I know. That's why I'm gonna let you guys go at it while I just make him do his rolls and his spells.
Mhm.
All right, I'm just grabbing Orcus's sheet. Okay, that's the DC. He's going to try cast Dispel Magic, or rather, he's going to do remove Curse. And let me just get that D20. Also spell modifier 9. Okay.
Damn, son.
He's a very wise druid. Well. So, as he casts Remove Curse, and you're still in the throes of exhaustion, aren't you, Syndra?
Oh no.
Do it!
Do it now.
Alright, I need you just to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, that makes sense. So -4.
Okay.
I lean over to Adaria. I haven't picked up any healing potions yet.
Do you want me to catch her if she falls? Oh. Oh no.
Alright, so Syndra, as he does, actually, he has to cast this again because he's going to try to cast this also onto Arizel. That makes sense.
I guess that's fucked up one time. We're not gonna do it again.
Yeah, Orcus's DC on his damn spells are very high. So, yeah, Syndra Gallos, you feel the surge of the land and the power coming from this druid. This guy wearing animal skins on him. And he seems pretty sure of himself at first. And he draws what seems to be like he's holding. He is touching the stone tablet that's around you, or at least at where you're standing in. And you first feel the sensation of this thing being pulled out of your arm. But then you also feel a lot of pain. So, take away the mark of Orcus and all of its effects and curses off of you. But at the same time, you are taking 14 points of necrotic and radiant damage. So you're taking a total of 28 points of damage.
I'm taking 28.
Yes.
How you looking, wizard?
Where is this mark? Oh, there's the touch of Orcus. Let me check on.
Here's the question: does that technically apply the immunity and the double damage then, or is it just like since it's removed
It applies after.
Oh,
Alright. And you said 28.
Yes.
I have 9 hit points.
It hurts like fucking hell.
Oh yeah, no, I imagine Sin like falling on the ground and just like trying everything she can to keep standing, but
And to all those that are watching, Retta and Adaria, you can definitely see that this weird black tendrils are being pulled out of Syndra's arm. And you can see Jared is looking very much afraid of this as he is pulling this thing and then dropping it right into the center of the stone floor here. And as it does, it starts to burn away.
damn! He wasn't actually lying.
However, as he attempts to do this with Arizel, he does not get that same result, and now I need to roll something for him because he failed.
Oh no, he's gonna get marked by Orcus. This is an Orcus party. I'll just wait for a second after that, then I'll kind of say what I want to do.
Okay. I need him to roll a Constitution saving throw, which, great. That's the one thing he's not good at. Yep, he's taking this much now. Oh dear, don't die.
Well, we just killed the druid to help us. We're gonna piss off Granny Ravenmoss.
Oh, he just took 22 points of necrotic damage. And he just falls down to his knees. Looking very bloodied. And then he just simply says, I don't think I can perform that again. Apologies. I got lucky the first time. Because, Syndra, since you were still marked, or rather, you had the touch of Orcus, even briefly, you see that as Gerard was about to perform the exact same thing against Arizel's marking, her tattoo actually attacks him. It turns, looks like living vipers or black snakes, and just struck them. And they go right back into her arm.
Sin will step up to look at him. Would you like someone else to, I can possibly give you some healing? But it's not the kind you're probably used to.
No, I think I just need a long rest now. And on good inspection, Cinder, you can see that he looks way more haggard than he originally appeared.
Other way, I suppose we can leverage our contact to check with things. But I can confirm that the gnolls from the north are more aggressive. I think we can state that they are being way far more aggressive as she looks back. Who was the one that had the dream?
Hello.
Beretta, not me.
Who?
Or, God damn it.
Tara,
Karen.
why don't you recount your... What was the name? Yango?
Yes. I begin. Do you want me to actually because I do remember a good 90% of what happened, but for sake of time, do you want me to say everything?
Just go with the highlight parts.
Their leader is going to either attack or be on the war front with the Sharp Teeth clan. From my vision, they lost horribly, along with all of us. We may need aid.
That is troubling. And you mention of a monstrous size gnoll.
I struggle to call him a gnoll. More like a being that shouldn't exist.
Troubling. If the mark of Orcus is already a troubling sign enough. He looks over to Arizel. I apologize, miss, but unlike your friend here, your curse is much more deeply rooted into your being than your friend. As he looks over to Cinder Gallos.
Oh, did we mention, what was the name of that one? JD? That yay tall, probably producing fire, spikes all over its back, looks like a dinosaur. What was the name? Primal Hunger?
Primal?
We also saw the Primal Sleeper. Fucking, what was her name? She was hunting someone else as well.
The gardener?
Yeah. No, she had an actual name. Give me a minute, because
Posaka?
I think. Yeah, Pasaka, sorry.
Yeah, the Primal Gardener.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the Primal Hunger because okay, my brain just...
Yeah, JD, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yep. The names are easily pronounceable by the syllables are there, so.
Oh, okay.
They're as phonetically accurate as I can make them.
That's fine.
I'm cool with it.
If there's some sort of crazy name that needs to be pronounced differently, I will give you the pronunciation quotation.
I mean, I always just think it's like pole sock, like a literal sock on a pole, and that's how I remember it.
But yes, they just look very baffled and confused at the mentioning of primals and other particular things there. I do not know much about these primals you speak of, unless he looks over to the woman behind him. Are they perhaps referring to those pseudo demigod-like things that run about once in a while?
Yes, that's what we were referring to. I mean, this one that we just came out of a stone that's, well, she'll pull out the dagger. This thing was used to summon it.
As you pull that out, the woman behind Gerard actually steps over and pulls out a hand and asks, "May I?"
I do need it back. And
And
Sin will hand it to her.
she very carefully touches it from the hilt with just only her pointer and thumb. And she even says this as she pulls this as, "I do not wish to keep a cursed item like this." She looks at it and she murmurs a few particular words and spells, which, Syndra, you can easily guess that this is a low level, first level identify.
Mm-hmm.
This is a strange item. As far as I know, it is not just unnatural, but I dare say supernatural sorts of weaponry, ceremonial. She carefully tries to give it back to you, but it almost feels like she's ready to throw this thing back at you, of how repulsed she is of this thing's presence.
This also is what allowed us to go into the netherworld in return.
Yes, I can literally feel and smell the death this thing is capable of.
There are a lot of others. For the stone altars, such as the one down in the hot springs.
Hmm.
In fact, being druids, I guess you guys should be aware of, well, if you haven't heard the name Ed Matthias Dominguez, I'm certain he's going to cause some horrifying cataclysm that will destroy this entire island. Well, if he gets away with it.
They all just look very confused upon hearing this name. But they're not arguing with it, considering that they just saw they saw one person carrying or two people carrying a mark of Orcus upon them. And Gerard just rubbing the bridge of his nose. And she looks in your direction, Syndra. And why else? This is why you came to us? To just drop more troubles on our shoulders? I think this is something that the Overseer Tanis should be looking into.
Oh, no, I came here to get the curse removed. Thank you. That was actually quite the point. I'm not slave to anybody, especially Orcus, because I think somewhere in the back of my mind it was telling me if anybody died within 30 feet of it, they got sent straight to that voice. Didn't get to pass anywhere, just straight to Thanatos to be devoured by the abyss.
As you say this, a lot of these people start to back away from you, and especially more from Arizel. Almost in sync. Right.
Sin just kind of is like sitting there like, I thought I came to a group of druids, not a bunch of bitches. She doesn't say that, but she's got that like in her mind.
Wow, and here I thought I was the only one that could make people leave or hate me.
Well, they're all still definitely staring at Arizel's arm.
Yeah, I
Even though-
figured.
Even though they cannot see it, the fact that they just went through with Syndra, they're like, no.
I mean, are any of you really just gonna keel over? I mean, granted, aneurysms do just happen. I know.
I had just almost did from removing the first one. And I doubt Orcus will allow the second attempt. But that being said, it seemed like the curse was only attached to you by a small tether, while for your friend here, as looks over to Arizel, yours seems to be more in tune to your soul. I don't know if I can remove it without damaging your very being. And he looks over to you, Syndra, and this information you mentioned about the bone breakers.
Oh. Yes, we have an invitation. I'm pretty sure you could get the invitation. Ataria, why don't you give them the recipe for that? What was it? Paste sludge?
Oh, you're referring to the banana meat soup. I think we called it banana slurry.
Yes. Sorry, the undead were. I mean, we had just gotten rid of all those undead. It was quite a problem.
Yes. Quite sorry. And you see, what you need to do is have meat of a saber cat, or any meat will do, though meat of a saber
Okay.
cat is quite rare.
Especially in alpha.
So, as you guys are doing that, we're going to switch scenes.
Yeah, I figured.
So, Sign, you've been up. You've been resting well too,
Sick.
and you
Where?
are over here. And right before you, as you had asked it, Verpal to provide you coffee and some small coffee snacks, which they had some left over, so they didn't charge you for this.
Fun.
And you have seen people reconvening out. The group came out. You were more busy just enjoying your coffee and not getting involved in the weird shenanigans that they're about to go talk to the strange woman with pitch black eyes that you saw earlier, or at least the previous day.
Hmm.
And you see everyone is now pretty much here, or at least a lot of the adventurers, and they're all talking, discussing plans. Some of them are getting ready to start leaving. What do you do?
So, kinda wake up. Obvious, I have, once again, now I have to play a game of cat and mouse. Because I have lost my beloved group. Ooh, I like that guy. Can I go I'm gonna go talk to this guy. I have a question. I forgot
Go.
that I couldn't answer last time. So I'm just gonna trot on over, cigarette in hand, and just pull up the stool and just plop down. So, how'd you do it?
Do what exactly?
Well, like, relive. How'd you just decide that you didn't want to die and you just come back all you in the flesh? Or is it not flesh? Is that your secret? Is it a clone?
This is definitely flesh.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we're
Kinda
getting
look-
somewhere.
He kind of looks over and then says, Ronnie, could you mind taking a break and go talk to your lady friend who knocked your teeth out last night?
Your lady friend.
You see this man points to the woman in the back over there.
Go on.
Go on.
Older men think alike.
He just kind of gets up and walks over.
So I don't mean to ask the pressing questions, but I'm thoroughly interested in people like you. You know, the ones that decide that, well, the universe goes one way, you go the other. How?
Well, to give the best answer that I can give in the brutal frankness possible, I don't know. I was just so angry at the betrayal and the duplicity of the situation I was in. I just found myself walking on a long road.
Was there a path, fork in the road even? Left or right?
Just front and back.
That is certainly interesting. Have you considered it to be, I don't know, like divine intervention or something? Or was this of your own will?
Doubtful of either. No, it was more of my own anger that pulled me through the abyss of death.
A reversal of fortune born of hatred. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I can certainly feel where the man I wish death among all things is still more or less floating about.
It's quite interesting. Well, I was hoping there'd be more to it, but it seems that's all you can really offer, then so be it. Well, if you ever need any things to be
Yes.
done, I'm always at your service. Not really. Travel with a group now. Hopefully they remember, but I'm with them for now. Seems like they have their own shenanigans going on, and I haven't had fun in eons, to be honest. And there's been no good cigarettes for a long time, and it seems the Wildlands has plenty of them. You want one?
Hunter looks at you, and Sign, you've seen this before many times. He's very confused as to who you are, and it's even on his lips saying like, "Who are you?"
You'll never know me. It's fine. Most people don't.
Although mentioning of the group, he did just say they probably went to go see that woman from before. And sadly, due to my condition, I don't quite feel the same pleasures as a living body would.
Well, that is the best you can get at the price of living when you should be dead. Happens to the
For
best of
now.
us. For now. Well, I await your return of true life. I want to be there for that. Sounds fun.
I doubt I'll be giving that sort of chance.
Oh, don't say that now. The universe works in mysterious ways. Sometimes it decides to fuck you, and sometimes it decides to give you. Why? I don't know. I wish I did. Well, I suppose I should get going. Knowing them, they'll be in some other planier dimension. They move quite quick. Do you know which direction they went? I'm very bad with directions.
I believe the woman had a private house somewhere. Beyond that, I don't know where they went.
I'm going to guess east. Well, actually, I think we came out east, did we? I don't know. I'll walk and I'll find them.
You entered the place through a south gate.
Southgate. Right. I'll walk a direction and hope that eventually I'll make my way there. I'll just follow footprints, maybe? Is that what they do?
Yeah, so for that one, I'd say I'll give you the choice between investigation or survival.
Oh, both I'm fucking phenomenal at. Well, I'll be making my way now.
Yes, safe journey.
As to you. And don't be a stranger, will you? Pretty please, cherry on top.
You can just see the absolute confusion on this man's face, but he just gives a slight nod.
I'll be holding your word. Time for that. It doesn't matter if I do investigation or survival, so eeny, meeny, miny, survival. Nice.
You are very certain that they went to the wall.
This wall is suspicious.
Oh,
Perhaps
no.
portal or
Actually,
something? I go a direction.
you go a direction, all right. Oh, wrong wall.
Wrong wall.
Yes.
I will point my finger straight, go left, go right, and that way. I'll just
And you
go.
find yourself here.
Oh no.
Well, we're a long ways from home. Me. Let me look at my journal. Does anyone from me, does any part of me know where me is? Did we all get lost?
Well, you were certain that they went to the wall somewhere. It's the best way
Okay,
to
so
find people.
every part of me got lost. Nice. Well, if I were a group of ragtag Darlene adventures that defy death by shooting Orcus in the balls, it would be through this destroyed wall. Only good things can bear this way. Just peek over. Yoo-hoo. Hello?
Okay. As you do that, let me just get to the GM layer.
I should have checked who's home. They probably would have seen it. tragedy unfolding in front of me.
It's gonna be great. Hold on.
Oh, we long rested. Spells. That one thing. Delicious. Oh, quite literally a tragedy. People.
Yep. You see two individuals talking. What language does Sign know as you start talking in a
These.
serpentine sort of tongue?
Haha, not mine.
Definitely not. To you, it just sounds like a rough musical form of hissing.
Absolutely understood. Totally. Just gonna walk up, cigarette in hand. Hello?
This one immediately turns his head and snaps his head toward your direction. And the
Hi.
old lady looks over your direction slowly. Just takes her time.
Am I interrupting something?
Yes, a certain hole in the wall been found this morning.
Caused by?
I'm asking this one about it.
Some big monster from the forest, I'm assuming, or maybe dark wizards or something of the sort.
Who's to say?
Oh, sorry. So informal of me. Sign. Just sign. I'm a traveling, adventurer, if you'd say. I'm with a group, but it seems they have had their own priorities, taken on without me. I'm looking for them.
Do you have something of them? I go by Raven Moss.
Ravenmoss. Pleasure.
Yes. Retired druid. At least one who follows the nature arts.
I see. Have something of them. I wouldn't think so. I don't think so at all, no. Maybe blood. Do I have any
description
dried
of
blood
one of
from
them.
them? No, don't think so. I showered. Well, I'm a bit empty-handed. It's, about a lizard. Yeah, hi. Quite small. One wing. Maybe two now, I don't know. They seem to keep evolving. There was a tall, very tall drow woman. Quite a bit of an attitude to her. Will stab you. Has tried once, I think. Another, I think, similar height. A high elf instead of a drow. Will punch you, not stab you. Lovely folk, I promise you. And there was yet another peculiar tiefling, maybe? Of a shade I'm quite unfamiliar with in my time. Seems to be the right hand of the stabbing one, the drow. They travel in groups. I suppose they were going towards the forest of something, but which direction I do not know.
As you describe them, this one here. I know that's a different image, but it's definitely reptilian.
Lizard.
It kind of hisses at you. A short lizard.
Dragonborn, maybe. Kobold. I would say Dragonborn now that he has the wings going on. Never seen a kobold with wings.
There are such inferior breed out there.
Ah. I see.
And the teeth are kind of bared a little bit as this thing says this.
Not, amazing relations?
You are unaware of tribe conflicts.
Well, if you'd like to enlighten me, I'd be more than happy to take your hand in a little walk towards my group, if you know where they are, and you can enlighten me. Tell me a little bit about your tribal conflicts. Maybe, as a group of adventurers, we can help or something. Ah, you like cigarettes too? I knew you had a good nose.
I smell bone breaker.
I wish I knew who that was. Is that the big monkey? I showered. But yes, I have come across him before. It was at a sort of ruins. There was a bunch of undead and newly dead. And monkey.
Their territory. You reek of them. No
Well.
friend of the Venom Man.
I wouldn't say friend. An acquaintance. We just met off of strange terms. We were traveling.
It walked over to you, then walks away after it sniffed you, and it starts talking to the old woman, Raven Moss, in the serpentine tongue. She seems to be listening while keeping her eyes on you.
I'll let you touch my beard. It's confession.
Right. How about this then? I believe you...
Sign.
Sign. Yes. Would you be a dear and head to the Druid Conclave of the Shepherds? I'm sure my son would be most interested in knowing about this wall situation here. Considering that, despite the way the map looks, the wall is actually made of wood. The condition of the wood of this wall here.
Quite heavily damaged, I would say.
Yes, as you take a better look at it, it looks like something rotted the wood.
Well, to be honest, I have nothing better to do, and I don't see any sign of my my group, so I'll suppose I'll be walking solo for some time. Back to the olden days.
I am sure you will find what you're looking for soon enough.
They usually show themselves. Usually an explosion or some crazy supernatural event. Happens much too often. That's why I follow them. It's very fun. But sure, I might as well do a favor. I have nothing better to do.
She gives you precise directions of where to reach the conclave.
Okay. Please put this on my map. I was told to go south and I ended up here.
Yes, it's not too far from where you are actually at. It's about a good 10-minute run.
Oh, thank God. And which territory am I walking in on here? I don't want to be stepping in anyone's foot ground.
The larger of the two, or rather the lizard man here, the blue lizard man just grunts. This is Outsiders' outpost. None of the tribes deal with this place as of yet.
Well, that is reassuring, and I am excited to see more of your tribes in the future. I'm sure we can have some great conversation.
Long as you don't stink of bone breaker.
Well, there's only so much I can do with a set of bone meal in a shower. It really doesn't provide much. They didn't even have baking soda. I don't think they've invented that yet. Well,
Swamp water.
Swamp water. That's an insult? Is that a compliment? I'm gonna take that as an insult. That hurt. Well, I'll be on my way then. My pride. My smell.
You're actually getting... They're just like watching you, and the old lady just says, "You're going out of the..."
Oh, run away?
Yes.
Oh, shit. See, it's the
down.
horns. Get in the way. Is it left or right? Down or up?
Go that way. And he points into the direction of this way.
Sure. Right. Left. Got it. Always knew. I was just coming to get it. Yeah. Good. Have a good one. I'm just gonna walk away, light another one. And damn, swamp water, really.
All right. Let me just grab this. Perfect. All right.
Perfect. What do
Yes,
you mean
perfect.
perfect. Oh, okay.
I'm about to get stabbed in a back alley. Perfect.
The monkey's gonna be like, "Hey, it's funky seeing you here."
So what you want to do then, after the sugar ferments for about 10 minutes, is make sure you bring it up to a good boil of about 345 degrees Fahrenheit, and make sure the broth is able to simmer. And if the banana hasn't crystallized with the sugar, then you should have a good banana slurry. And make sure to use the green bananas, as they are quite healthy. And you just see like Adderall rattling off.
Yes, as you're rattling this off, sign you're coming out from over here, and you also see that
Banana.
the lady over here with her owl bear is really paying attention to you, like very focused. Everybody else kind of looks a little worried about this idea of adding banana to meat and making a slurry and all that. Also,
It's
just
very
using this.
unusual because they will come out of the woodwork for this, apparently.
Yes. Monkeys apparently tend to like bananas, and I did not know this.
I think they're apes.
I don't know, ask Retta. He's been beaten out of the shit by most of them. Terranin, sorry. Well, technically Retta was. Terranin hasn't yet been punched by one, so...
And
going
you
to-
guys can hear somebody boom, boom, boom.
Banana. Do.
You can all see like all four of these people collectively just kind of turn, look into the direction of Sign, while this young lady, who's been introduced now as Vera, is actually taking notes while holding.
He actually copying down like all the stuff I was spitting out.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes! I'm teaching druids how to cook. What a fucking time.
Question: do we remember sign?
I don't know.
Let me roll a hit and I'm just fucking.
You do. Just for the sake of gameplay, you guys do remember Sign. These people,
Yeah.
however, don't recognize him. Don't even know who he is. They're just kind of.
I just
Mana. Do. Howdy. I know. You all miss me.
And
Who
Vera.
are you again?
Sign.
Yes, who are you again? This woman just looks at you, Sign.
No, don't worry. This happens all the time.
It was a
Sign.
joke sign.
Ah, yes. Well, still. So after making the slurry and adding it to the
Oh, different
cooked meat,
subject.
are you certain
Um,
that the bone breakers would approach and not be hostile?
It would depend on the variety, but as long as you offer most of the soup to them, you should be fine. As long as you don't make sure to basically give it to them, don't take any for yourself, and make it seem as though you are offering to them rather than making it for yourself.
Where's the owlbear right now?
The owlbear is just wrapped. It's just attached to her back like it's a backpack.
Can Terran
It's
just be like holding out his hand to it for like a dog, like sniff me so I can pet you?
It looks. It very
Hi, buddy.
gingerly pokes it like it's one. It frees one of its arms off of Barrow's shoulder and kind of just tries to paw your hand. Not aggressively, it's just trying to do like
Yeah.
the cats do.
You're ready, just kind of playing with him.
Well,
Terranin.
since Syndra's done bleeding on the floor, is that like dark matter shit that basically got pulled out still there? Or?
It got vaporized as soon as it touched this floor, the stone floor.
Do we have anything else we wish to do? Actually, I have one other curiosity. Since we're here, do you
Yes.
know of any star druids that would roam these lands?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They're quite rare, I do understand, because most druids care about the land below and not up in the air.
I think I just came across one actually. I don't know if it was a star druid, but it was definitely an old one.
Well,
Oh, do everyone fucking know?
the one who knows the most is actually this one, Bera
Fuck.
herself.
Wow, I just gave her a recipe, damn.
Why, yes, old
Yes.
man Jenkins can be found out there.
Why, yes,
yes. I came actually from the Azura Cross a few months ago. I think there was a druid who was talking about constellations and stars. He seemed a little wonky a bit because he was by himself and didn't want to deal with any conclaves. He kept to
I have a-
himself a lot more.
I have a
But
question. Was he
yes.
wearing a robe like this? And she'll just kind of flash.
No, that's very flashy, and he seemed like he wanted to hide more.
Oh,
He
good.
did have a very interesting kind of leans over, pets her owl bear Raga. He had with him a snow leopard, but not a snow leopard. It's hard to say its head was not a snow leopard, but it had the body of one.
Well, I do appreciate you. You said the Azure Cross just for me as a player to write down.
Yes.
Okay, Azure Cross. Azure Cross. Do appreciate the information as I do find at least some people. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh,
Yeah.
Azra, not Azure.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the
Yeah,
it's an
that's where
outpost further north.
that's where
Edgar came from.
yeah, and Urizel was too technically for a little.
No, she was in Stormforge.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, that's like the super north, like where the Druid of the Moons were. Never mind, I
Yes,
know where it is.
it is the cold place, as Barros is about to tell you. He's like, yes, it is very cold. There's a snow leopard. I think it's a snow leopard. It had a body of a snow leopard, but its head looked like an owl. Got along fine with Ragna, but yeah, it was just so cold over there. Hence why I liked over here. It's nice, hot, humid. I don't have to wear too much. But thank you for the recipe. I will see if I can enact the plans to somehow make a peace treaty with Gerard and Tanis with the Bone Breakers. Maybe.
Well, I wish you luck. If anything does work out, just make sure to, I don't know, send me something to make sure. I would love to try this recipe and see if it goes for anything else. Need to experiment a little bit more, but that's for later.
She nods and then she kind of walks over, picks up Raga, who is playing with Tyrannin. Tyrannin just doing the whole like, I want to swat these hands. These hands are bigger than mine. It's like, thank you, not I know you're not a venom hand from the looks of you, but thank you for keeping Raga occupied. Come on, picks him up real easily.
Oh, are they going?
Probably to make banana soup.
I was told to leave a message as well, if you don't mind. I think it was for that one, and I point at the one with the bird.
He looks at you. There's definitely a perplexity of confusion. He looks over to the others for confirmation. Is he another of your comrades?
Yes. Well, okay, quick thing. There was a retired druid, quite old. Well, ripe. She would like to report that there seems to have been an incident with the wooden wall. I believe it's opposite of where I was. I don't know which direction that is. It seems to have been broken down. There was a lizard as well, discussing with her what may have happened, but it seems, as far as I know, they have no idea. Thought they would bring that attention to you. Don't know if it's important or not.
My mother, right.
Sure. Very
Kinda
kind
like-
lady. She worries so much about you. You should go check in more often.
I would if she actually stays still, but understood. And he kind of points over to the two to the side here. Zania and Hans, could you please check over the fortifications? I'll alert the others in the Sun Conclave, the Land Conclave, as soon as possible.
It was quite a big one. It was enough for me, her, and the lizard to fit right through it. It was almost like a little walkway.
Lizard? You mean
Mm.
Venom Hand Emissary?
Sure. I didn't quite speak their tongue or know much. I know they're from a tribe, but not necessarily what tribe. Now I know. It was Venom Hand, right?
Yes, you're referring to Granny Ravenmoss and her.
That one! I forgot the name. Silly me. Yes, something Moss. Yeah, she was looking for some assistance.
Just gonna fix this.
You
Just
seem
gonna-
tired. Care for a cigarette?
No, I have a
Mm.
pipe, but thank you.
Oh, it's good tobacco. Just thought
It's
I'd
not that.
ask.
I literally got threatened today more so than usual, and it wasn't from one of these two.
Ah. So
That
who?
was what was her name? Adia, because apparently I fucked up her sister in a sense of put her as some messiah and got her in a cult that I had recently been disassociated with.
I mean, I may be
Oh,
wrong, but I feel like
no.
you fucked them both up pretty bad.
what are
like-
you
like maybe
all
Bad choice.
conversing about? Gerard looks very confused as he's
Something to do with Knot.
Yes, well, if you do not mind, if it's not a direct confrontation or a issue for the conclave to handle, I will be closing the grove for the time being until we can sort out our messages. And
As she says that, Adaria's gonna say something in Druidic to Gerard. I don't know if technically can Druids of different conclaves understand, or is it like depending?
they can understand each other. The intent, at least
Okay,
conversation-wise, the way I've always had it.
just making sure before I did it. I need you to send word if you could find your mother. I wish to look more into the fading dragon.
His eyes narrow, looking at you,
It's
and
fading.
speaking in the druidic tongue as well, says, "This entire conversation and encounter could have gone a lot less awkward if you had spoken like this earlier."
It's not my place to speak in issues that are not mine, and she'll kind of motion towards Syndra, and fucking Aries out. My brain is just going.
Collapse.
I will see if I see her to send her your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that.
And he switches to common. Now, if all business has been concluded, I would like the non-members of the conclave here to take leave, as I be closing the conclave grove here now.
Alright.
Sure.
Off. Sorry to impart you with some problems, but I do believe we at least had fixed some.
I don't know what's going on.
They started speaking in tongues. Tyrion just kind of flexed his one wing and began to walk away.
That's a weird flex.
I'm just here for the party.
Well, as you guys
Weird.
leave,
Shut the fuck up.
we'll just move you back to the main town, or at least the main center of it all. What exactly are you guys doing now, as you are
I don't really
occupied?
have much, because I'm kind of waiting for Edgar, Agar to finish his fun little side project. I got nothing really at the moment.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I got to roll for his again.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, I think we have a couple of days before we have to deal with that one situation. I think we should get some rest.
Yes, I think you all look like shite. I think you should.
Well, as you guys are re-entering here, who has the highest passive perception right now?
Right now,
Yes.
I believe that would be, let's see, I have a 10 if
Got
right
a
now.
12.
It's, let's see, that's a 14 regular with the exhaustion.
I have a 6.
Nice.
Okay. So anyone that actually has a passive perception of 5 and above, because it's actually going to be very loud. Actually, I gotta see how much damage Edgar takes now because he did fucked up.
1 million.
We're about to fight. Ouch. Well, not that bad.
Dead.
But along the way, you do hear an explosion or at least
Endurance.
a gouts of fire. Yeah, what to say.
Opa! Oh, was
But,
that not tradition? Oops.
Well, I would roll it. Right now, I'm rolling something else, and plus, he's handled worse. But you do hear an explosion of some sort.
Do you think
Those
we
of you
should
that
extend?
My shiny thing! And he starts running.
This looks fun. I'm gonna go watch this as well.
Oh god. I hope he
Yeah.
doesn't die.
I say I'm a dragon,
What god?
but I've never been completely attracted to just a shiny thing.
It's magic too!
You know, there's some things that do glisten shiny. Do you remember that?
My
He says
hair?
with a smirk as he goes. No.
No, what it does?
That's not what I was referring to. I'm pretty
Well,
sure
you should
Cedric
refer
would
to
go.
it more often. I put good work into my hair.
So, as the explosion did happen, you do see the door slightly off its hinges, but it's still there. And Red, as you're getting close, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you got this. I trust you.
20.
Holy shit.
Well,
You're bad.
the door goes flying off the hinges. You just hear the boot hit it, or something loud hit it, and it goes flying over your head. Thankfully, you're short. It just lands over here,
It like tinks off your wing.
and then you see Edgar stepping out. He is literally covered in soot, and smoke is falling up after him. And,
Like a business suit, or?
Permission to fireball.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll get
So,
you.
did you win?
But as he steps out, Retta, since you are definitely looking for the shiny thing, there's definitely something shiny in his hand. And he just goes like, I finished it! Although it was incomplete due to lack of materials. Retta,
is it?
you're here. Spear.
Spear.
Though not a fully completed spear.
Spee.
Like a
Sadly-
broadhead?
Not enough material to complete the weapon, but still formidable creation for half a spear. Between Darwin and myself, a decent work of fine weaponry forged in the art of war. I believe there was some more materials from that cave, or equally valuable materials of magical quality. They bring out more of this weapon's potential, and he kind of just shows it, and he turns it over and kind of just drops it, just as if it's a demonstration. And this thing just sinks right into the wooden floor with ease, no resistance.
So what is half a spear? Is that just a shiv, or?
Is a
What?
spear fit for me?
Haha, small spear.
There you go.
Hole. Hole. It's a lot of properties. I'm confused.
As he's saying, it's incomplete. It's a little unbalanced.
How much more did you need? I believe we had some.
Well, I had to use some regular steel and a little bit of the iron to give it a shaft-like body. I used most of the little bit of orichalcum, crushable orichalcum item that you got, the forged tip and the edge.
Well, I think we had some fragments left. I don't know how much that would actually be.
I have a magnum core.
Which, of course, I believe.
I have a
Mariner's
mushroom.
not the one who has it.
Well, you also had some from the from collecting from the scraps. So
That's what I meant. Like, I think
Yeah.
we have a scrap amount, but I don't know how much because Mariner is the one with the info on that.
Yeah.
I have a mushroom.
it was just barely enough to make an edge, or at least the head of the spear. The rest of the body is not as
Yeah,
fantastic.
I took the whole bag basically and gave it to him. So, like, I don't have any. Yeah, that was technically my creation that I had asked for.
Yeah, it is a spear, an unfinished spear, but it is still notable spearhead.
Now, Reda, I know you had asked. It's shiny, but I had commissioned the orichalcum for some kind of special spear, as you could see. It's more of something to help me give a little bit better aim.
Looks at it. Looks at you. Looks at it again. Fine, have a
Keep
bow
saying Reda.
anyway.
Alright.
If you add, I suppose we add the magma core, the magma ore to this. He looks at the house that kind of is not on fire, but there's definitely smoke coming out of it. I'm gonna have to probably need better equipment for that.
I'll keep it.
Well, if you find more of the this orichalcum, I think it's orichalcum. First time I worked with it, interesting material. I definitely need more. Oh, he goes right back into the still smoke jettisoning out of the front door, and you just hear the shouting in the background. I like to make more weapons out of that weird material. Try it out. Ugh, ugh. I gotta air out the windows. You see one of the windows just pop open.
Well, you have a door. Well, they're lack of for that.
I mean, I'm
Yes.
pretty sure the door's over there. And, like, you just see, like, what looks like... Was it, like, a stone door or like a wooden door that just kind of got blown off its hinges?
It was a thick wooden door.
I pointed
Oh,
the two
dear Lord.
hinges and then the door over there and go, there, lack of.
So, metal-wise, just so I know, do you want the spear, Jeebus, or should I? Because I technically
No,
commissioned that, but I'll
no.
kinda
Reddit
leave it
just
up to
like Reddit just likes things.
you. Okay.
He's dragon.
Dargan. Yeah, but
Yeah,
once he
or-
realizes that his bow is more effective, he's like, fine.
Define what does unbalanced mean, Mather? Just also for like a player. Does that mean like disadvantage to throw it?
Yes.
That's what I figured. Fuck.
It's incomplete, so it doesn't have much. It is a light weapon, but
Oh,
it's just not fully built in a way.
got
that
it. This is my fucking MacGuffin fucking beating stick from Drake's Salvation brought into a spear.
See, now we have to try it. Quick, stab something. Not
Fine.
me.
Tyranid just points at Sin.
No, you're black hole.
Sign.
You'll make a black hole.
Sin just got. Or wait, Sin or Sign?
Sign.
Yeah.
Sin just sits there and is
Gonna
like, well, I guess if you're going to do it, now would be the only time you're going to have a chance.
You can try, but I don't know what will happen.
Yeah, Reddit, just give it to me and I'll stab something.
I was going to go practice anyway, if you would like to come along.
Yeah, why not?
Really have no martial prowess, but sure, I'll come along and have a smoke.
Is there a targeting range, Edgar, that we could throw this at and hopefully watch it explode?
Point at a tree.
Somewhere that doesn't hurt
Well-
nature.
You hear the heavy footsteps of the boots.
I point
He
at the
steps
wooden
out.
house.
And he just says, not much, unless you want to go out the wall, go up beyond the walls and throw at some random running beast.
With how heavy this is and how tired I am, I don't think I want to test it out right now.
He could just make a makeshift one, like, I don't know, get some sticks, put it up, put a smiley face on it.
All three of
Yeah,
you
me-
know spells. Are none of you know how to make an illusion?
Hi! Just make another version of me. Hi! I don't know if it will test how well it stabs, but you have a target. I can make quite a few targets if you like.
He walks out. He goes back inside, and then he steps out. You can hear the ruffling of everything.
Why don't we do that?
I can just put the armor, put the metal dead here. All right. He walks out. Here, try this. He gives you a very improvised dummy.
All
And
right.
I can minor illusion a target on it. Just like, phew. See? Fancy.
Well, Reda, if you die using it, at least I know that when I have it, it will go well.
Wait,
It's
I'm
a
throwing
pointy
it.
stick.
What's up?
I was like, I'm throwing it. He looked really confused because he handed you the spear already.
Oh, wait, no. Okay, yeah, I'll throw
I'll
it.
just-
Um,
Just be
We'll
over here.
Yeah,
And
we'll
I'll
have it
put
over
the
there.
illusion on. Actually, wait, I can
Alright.
go 30
Yeah,
feet.
Tyrion was gonna go practice with his dual blades. That's what he was going to start
okay.
practicing with.
Okay, my bad. I misinterpreted that. Well, Reda, if
Who?
we die... God damn it, sorry. Well, Tannen, if we die, at least you won't be sworn to me anymore after losing 100 years.
We die to this.
Well.
We are never going
Sorry,
to kill Ed.
who is Terranin?
Me.
Points at Tannen.
I thought your name was
Hey.
Reda.
Long story.
We have a talk. Alright, should I just... I don't know, I'm not... This is technically a javelin, but it's also exotic, so what am I rolling for this, Miser?
So it's a finesse type weapon. I should have wrote that
Okay,
down.
no-
Actually, no, yeah, it is finesse.
did.
type
It is.
properties. So
Okay.
you can use dexterity. It will be
Okay.
a disadvantage not just because of your exhaustion, but because it's not a balanced weapon.
This is gonna go great.
I think this
Now,
would go
here is my
fantastic.
question. As
Yeah.
you're about to throw this, would you take the option to roll a d6? It's optional.
You know what? If I'm gonna die to this, let's just fucking send it. Sure, why not?
Oh, before we go, Terranin, who is your most hated enemy?
Ed Matthias Dominguez.
I don't know what that. I don't know what he looks like.
They do. I guess we don't. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, one of
Can you
us.
give me a quick descriptor?
Actually, two of us know or three of us know exactly what the fuck he looks like.
Who's? Oh yeah. I was gonna say.
Give me a TLDR. What does he look like?
Old man in a wizard robe.
I'd rather
Sure.
not see him.
So oh,
Sin will literally.
I'm doing it anyways. Conjures up an old man
Oh.
with a robe.
Just let me know when
Oh,
you're gonna do
God.
the attack roll. Just
I'll just roll a D20 at disadvantage. Dex. Give me 1 minute.
Oh, he also has
Yeah.
a giant target on his chest.
Oh yeah, this is gonna go great. Let me roll my D6.
Can I do a thing?
I don't think it's gonna say much.
That's sick.
Because we're having fun.
It also
Smile. Reroll at
no.
advantage.
it won't be an advantage. It'll be a normal. 'Cause
No.
Technically, I'm at disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, because
I
exhausted.
think, wait, I
yeah.
think Paradox is force advantage.
I'm only at level 1 exhaustion.
Yeah. Level 1 exhaustion still has
M-
disadvantage on ability.
Miser.
Not-
Does
ability
Paradox
checks,
forced
not
advantage
attack
or does
rolls.
it
Yeah,
go
okay.
up an advantage?
Oh wait, I've still rolled 3 anyway, Jeepus, normally.
Hold
So
on.
Okay.
Where is the other?
I think I posted the wrong one. Hang on.
Yeah, that was
yeah, I was gonna say that's just the normal one at level 1.
I think it's
I think that's just like what it
this
does.
one. Disjointed probability, I think it's called. Yeah.
Just
Yes.
jointed.
I don't think I soaked. Did I soak, Miser?
You did.
You did.
Oh, thank God.
You reroll.
Okay.
So it should be right now.
Only a 1 in 10 chance. Nothing can go. Oh,
Shut up. I don't want to.
Oh wow, that was close.
We're good. Yeah, I don't know if it forces advantage, but like I don't know if it just skips over disadvantages or not. But that's Maizu's call.
Hold on. Where is it? Here we go. Yes, it does force an advantage or disadvantage.
So advantage.
Well, all right. So I'll just
I
reroll
know
it.
it's great. Yeah,
Okay.
it's super fun. I love it.
I still get the -4 though, but I
Yeah.
technically. That's fine. My sheet's going wonky. Damn. I still have the. Hold on. Fuck. Let me refresh because Roll20 is being weird and it was just like me dragging the sheet. So
Yeah,
I'll be-
I was gonna say,
Okay.
what's the disjointed stuff going on here?
fucking literally
making
Detroit
everyone
did it. Fucking
Long
literally
story
did.
short, I'm making everyone cracked.
My D6, by the way, Meister was a 4.
So
Okay.
I'm not gonna re-roll that, so I just wanted to check what it was.
Yeah. All right, but also, so sign, since you did use the soakage, remember to add the
Add
other
a point.
conditional effect. No, not
Oh.
just that, but your the soakage, because you had to sacrifice something to.
Oh yeah, that clears at a
Yeah.
long rest though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we long rested before, so I'm already soaked
Alright.
up. I'm good.
Yes. So remember, when you use the paradox abilities, you do gain a point of paradox.
I know, that's the point.
So that was a 210.
Yeah, now it's at 1.
So make sure to reduce your HP if you want to make sure you don't.
Yeah, I won't soak until next long rest. I only do
Alright.
it before bedtime.
All right. So.
Wait, that's
so
a deck
18.
save. Nah, it
Yeah, I
doesn't
was
matter.
going to say.
It's still about the. It's technically still the same, so.
Yes. So 18. The 4 should be like what? 14.
No, it's
and-
already that's already mathing in the 4, so technically
Okay,
it'd be
it is?
set.
All right.
Yeah, I have it already
Okay.
preset to already take
Oh
out that
damn!
shit.
So you rolled an 18.
So the armor that was present to you is a full plate armor, which tie usually goes to the runner, but in this particular case, since you rolled a 6, rolled a 4, and then something else happens. It seems like the spear glints a bit and it goes through the target, or rather, it cuts through the metal.
Huh.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm just gonna add this little bit to the.
Oh no, I'm
thing.
afraid.
Right, who's next?
I guess I'll go grab it out and like, huh. Rather interesting weapon. Seems a bit obviously unbalanced and may need to tinker with that a little bit.
I already tinkered a little, but I can't do that
What
every
the
time.
fuck?
I can't do that every time.
awesome. Holy
So
shit.
when I asked you to roll that 1d6, it's basically 1d6 plus your proficiency. But
Okay.
you have to call it before you make the attack roll.
Got it. Recharges spear by. Okay. I'll probably I'll add this later just because I'm kind of tired right now,
Yes,
but I'll throw
so-
everything together.
So let's just take a look. It is a 1d4 minus 1. So
Oh.
if you
So-
roll a 1, you don't get a charge. If you roll a 4,
Ah.
you don't get the full.
So
I
you
figured it's-
technically can't overfill this
No.
like ever. Yeah, that makes sense. Unless you're just essentially rolling ones.
Right, who's next?
But yeah, the spear, instead of just hitting the target, it goes through the target and into the woods here. Or
What?
at least
That
into
is
the
cool.
into the tree behind it.
I got it.
Dear
Mage handed
Lord,
over.
what the heck? Alright, I guess. What the actual
another-
hell is this thing?
You see another window just pop open, you see more smoke coming out. God damn it, I overdid it with the furnace.
Well, tearing in, I guess this is a rather intricate weapon. Seems to just go through armor.
Enjoy it.
Oh. What's the range? 50, 80? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But considering
will.
how enemies tend to be armored,
Yes, I think this is a good start to something. And she'll just kind of like, it's like palm-sized, right? Because it's technically not a full spear.
It's,
It's like a Zulu spear.
I suppose if we're gonna go with real life comparison, it's about as long as your forearm.
Okay, because I thought it was like.
With your hand if fully extended outward would be like the spear tip,
Mhm.
but the shaft itself is like a forearm length. So
So it's like a Zulu spear. Okay.
yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And as Edgar mentioned, Edgar said that if you can get him more materials, he might be able to make improvements on it.
Oh,
God, I want this.
I read that. I read this Ron Miser. It can't ever go below 1 through 10. It's at 2 to 10 now.
Yes.
Never mind.
I know. That's what I was
Sorry.
saying.
Yep, got it.
All right, Tannen, if you wish to practice your dual blades, allow me to get out of the way, not throw this in your back. I'll just kind of step to the side.
I mean, this is not really a huge thing. It's actually something you
Okay.
guys have seen Terran do quite a bit. It's just now that he's got his wing, he's been practicing. He will throw the interlocked dual blades up into the air, jump up, catch them, do a strike in the air, and then land doing a strike, and then actually finish off with the third. And then you just see him practicing, just ways of combating multiple enemies with it.
God, that looks like it hurts.
I mean,
Edgar
he's probably pretend he's. Oh, sorry.
He pops his head out through the smoke is starting to dissipate now, but he's literally covered with soot, grime, and dust, and coal. But everything else that happens when you have a furnace or forge, it kind of goes a little haywire. Looks over and says, "Do you need more dummies?"
If you have the time.
Sure.
He kind of just starts plopping a few more in the area.
Now, Sign, what you want to do to make Reda extremely
Who?
happy is make sure they're all apes. He loves them.
Well, I can only make one ape at a time.
Good. Just illusion one and then kind of switch as he goes along. He'll
Sure.
enjoy it.
Fine, that'll be super fun.
I don't fucking proc at a open
I
wound.
illusion monkey.
Second the monkey shows up, you just see the flurry of blades happen as he uses action surge.
God. Ah.
See, it's great. It's like watching a child go to town on a meal.
But every once in a while he'll wince and hold his chest where that giant slash mark is that's still healing.
Yeah. By the way, Tyrannin,
Yeah.
let me just ping something.
Oh god, it's outside the wall.
Ed has
Fuck, I just
come.
used action surge.
I mean, I did say Ed was here before, and when he threw the dagger in the wall, it was predetermined that Miser knew. I fucking called it like a session earlier.
So, question is, do you feel a bit of a prodding in your mind?
As this happens, you just see him it's in an instant. Like even if he was in the air, he lands, stands straight up, seems to be at full attention. Both ears are facing in a at this point it would be southwestern direction.
Yep. And only you, Tyrannin, can hear this. And it is a very familiar, authoritative voice. It has been a long while, son.
How are you doing, mother?
Busy as usual. training these military youngins to be more efficient in dealing with Loth and her machinations. Curious, had you left the Prime Material plane not too long ago?
In a way.
I see. Your sister was contacting me in a panic saying that you died. Or at least she felt that you died.
She would not be wrong.
And why is it that she is in your territory, or rather your lair, when she was meant to be dealing with some diplomatic issues further west?
That one's her fault. She made me leave.
I see. Taranin, where are you?
In the Wildlands.
There are various wildlands out here.
At a island to the east that you may have told us never to go to.
There is a quietness to this particular conversation. The link is still there.
You guys all see
Okay.
just shifty eyes. Like, oh fuck, how do I... I can't lie to her, she yells at me.
I suppose there's no need to ask that particular question of why are you there?
Mother, it's a very, very long story. But to put it short, I got cursed and I'm chasing the guy who cursed me.
It must have been quite the curse, if you're willing to disobey me of all people.
I'm a fucking kobold.
Is that not your preferred form with your mate?
That'd be fantastic if they all weren't dead and I could transform back into a dragon so I could eat him.
You can sense your mother's emotions. It's clear that she's very analytical to this particular situation as you explained this to her, scrutinizing the details. And as she is a sapphire dragon, she's very practical.
Can I take after Dad?
She paused again, as if to say something. And then she simply says, "My condolences on your loss." It sounds hard for her to actually say those words, or rather, it's uncomfortable for her to emotionally speak such words.
Once I find this man, I will be bringing you a new plaything so you can make his mind into fucking dough.
I would prefer not to deal with the extra effort. But, that being said, it is curious as to how he has acquisition to a curse that would affect one of our own kind. You may be young, but you're not impure or inbred or even a hybrid of the lesser extent. You are a combination of two true dragons. Thus, a curse of such a level is not to be taken lightly. Now the question remains as to why this individual decided to curse you. Was there a grudge between the two of you before?
Reddit thinks back about all of the people he murdered. Maybe. He also took the thing.
As you can actually see your mother right before you.
You all see Reddit just like or Pterodon get ready for pain. Like it looks like it's about to like he's preparing to get hurt.
Yes. In fact, I will just put the image here so you can actually get an idea. Don't worry, the token is not really there, but that's actually what Tyranid feels like he's looking at right now.
What the? It's Tyranid all right. He seems like maybe the monkey's finally gotten to him.
I
I think so.
Did he have a stroke?
I mean, I'm
I mean,
very
he's
good with
not
bad
passed
vision.
out.
Dragons have strokes. Feel
I
like
don't
this-
know. I'm not a dragon.
I didn't know monkeys get cost seizures.
I mean, he was seizing on the ground the first time he fought one. Pretty sure it was throwing shit at him.
Tyranid. Are you implying that a human took the eye?
He is the main reason Tiamat didn't come to the material plane. But yes. You never told me what it was!
Because it was for the benefit of us all that you did not know. Or even your sister. Or any other true dragon. Let alone the lesser races and mortals that crave for power.
Well, he knew exactly what he was looking for.
You mentioned he is one of those who prevented Tiamat's arrival to this plane. Yes?
Yes.
And no doubt he got the information through there in some form or another. I'll be clear with this now, my child. Regardless of your grudge with the Magus that has cursed you, take priority of either relieving him of that particular jewel or destroy him with the jewel. I care not which, but that must not be in the hands of mortals, or at the very least a power-hungry fool. There is a pause, a silence as if she is contemplating what else to say. And your connection with your mother, Tyranid, you feel that she is just controlling and composing herself from lashing out. But you've known your mother has been a very big control freak for most of your rearing around her and those that are under her protection.
Are you gonna tell Boletaria?
There is no need for her to fret over these things. She does not know the value of that jewel. But I will say this. I would rather it be destroyed than fall into the hands of anyone or anything that seeks power. I trusted you that gem because you were not one of those power-hungry dragons that would look into it too deeply. And as a test of responsibility, one that, unfortunately, it seems I had underestimated the hunger of mortals and the lesser races to seek it out.
I will return the gem.
If not returned, then simply destroy it. Although,
We both know I'm good at breaking things.
yes, your father was also quite the home wrecker himself. Although, a word of advice: if this mortal has been capable of cursing you, there's no doubt he has a catalyst of some sort. And the fact that he willingly sought you out, I doubt it was some old grudge match between you two. As for the gems, particular story, it is simply known as an eye. For what it does, it can vary depending on the individual. And considering where you are at, no doubt there will be more circumstances happening. She pauses once more, thinking of what else to say. And then, perhaps in the far off distance somewhere, someplace, there's a few walls getting blasted with a thunderous roar.
Yeah.
And the next time she speaks to you, it's calm, not as tense or ready to smack you silly with a 3 to 5 hit combo. I suppose whatever situation you are in now, you're most likely gathering, I hope, allies to be useful to you.
He looks to the three of them. In a way.
Yoo-hoo.
Very well.
You know I've never been the best at making friends.
Yes, a trait that your mother, or as I, your mother, am saddened you did not possess the trait that your father and sister were quite good at, the gift of glab.
Had to take some things from you.
Well,
Speaking
the
of
very-
that,
hmm,
I'm looking a little more blue as of late. I think he
Yes.
may have gotten the curse slightly wrong.
The details which are unknown is what the curse was meant to do, child. Just because you have benefits does not mean that you are getting these benefits without a cost. That is the one thing that you did not inherit it from me, but rather your sister did, was to research all possibilities.
You're not wrong. I
I
have
shall
two here that do the researching for me. They just point me in a direction.
be sure that they're at least truthful to their information.
When they're not trying to cut each other's heads off.
Then rein them in if you must.
Won't be a problem.
Good. I will check upon you since this situation's a bit more tense than usual. If you can sense her looking around, she is definitely looking for something to extract a time. Perhaps within 5 solar days, I shall contact you again.
If you have time, let me know how that runt I sent you is doing.
You mean the little...
The elf boy.
Yes, the little... Indeed, I almost forgot what his race was, since they're also simply small. He is proving useful.
Good.
Who knows? I may send him your way.
Oh god.
If you can only imagine your own mother cracking a smile, it's almost impossible because she almost never sees
That's
a
rare.
smile. Well then, to a good hunting, and do not worry your sister and myself. You are both unique to this world.
In Draconic, it sounds like Requies Taduum, or finish the fight. That is the way we usually sign off to each other.
She says exactly those words. Requies Taduum. And the connection is closed. Not
Brother-
forcibly, it's just a slow close.
Tyranid immediately decapitates one of the fucking dummies.
Damn, he really hated that monkey.
Even after that, the mage head is now just like full palm, like pushing Tyranid on like the side of the head.
What is that? Ah!
Oh. We thought you had a seizure or something. But like that, we didn't want to get close because of the decapitation.
That monkey didn't know what hit him.
I told you too that my mother would be contacting me soon.
No, you didn't. Not me.
Two.
Well, now I know.
Well, did she have anything important to say?
The gem I told you about the other day that I lost.
Oh my god, is that an actual fucking monkey? Oh no.
You just
Brute.
kind of briefly see it grab the helmet and it just runs off.
We're training a super soldier monkey.
Wait. Why was that? Oh god.
Actually, now that I think of it, wasn't that like monkey out of its territory?
Oh, 100%. He shouldn't even be here.
Anyway, the gem, Tyranid.
Yes, please.
It is known as an eye, and it should not be in the hands of those who seek power.
Being the book that I have,
Uh-huh.
what do I know?
I mean, so for this one, you can roll me either the Arcana or Investigation, and it'll be just normal because your book will cancel out the 21 with the. Okay, so 21.
Thankfully, Mother is too busy with the cultists of Loth to come and reclaim it herself.
till
I
the
say
17th.
thankfully because this island would be sent underwater before we were able to get off of it.
She would be willing to drown her own son just to make sure this item didn't get into the wrong hands.
She's done it before.
Sounds like it's no longer an item and more of an artifact. So, whose hands is it in right now?
Take a wild guess since we're
Not the
running.
right ones.
I mean, we're running into this man at this point 20 different ways to Sunday. So, Ed Dominguez Matthias.
Ah, Of course. All the stars align. Are they? Are they aligning? You know
No,
this more than me. No?
they're not, because I'm not necessarily tied to him outside of him trying to kill Reda. Well, sorry,
Did you
rather
guys make
succeeding at killing Reda.
Okay. Well. What's our plan then? Seems like we just have all the more reason to go after him sooner than ever. Or later.
Well, if
Trust
we
me.
go after him right now, we will all surely die.
And
All right.
Never
we
seen that
can't-
to be a bad thing.
So the cut in for a brief second.
Yeah.
So for Sindra, as you look into your book of Cult of the Dragon, first edition, you skim through some of the pages, and as it was before, you had it at the tip of your tongue, but now you have an idea where it's at. You look into it, and you do see a few pages concerning a very large gem. Although, unlike a large ruby, this looks like a diamond. A very valuable gem. Excuse me. Written in Draconic. You see some of the keywords of magic jar, transmutation, siphoning, and control. There's a few other words in there, but it's a little bit on the jumbled side.
Yeah, I mean, this was the first, this book did belong to Daggeroth's, or, well, one of the cultists that helped Daggeroth.
Yes, a certain semester, but
This one, I don't think this was this probably wasn't Semasters itself.
Nah.
It was probably what's his name?
one of the people who worked it under him.
Hulu Kaharns.
One of them. But
Yeah.
you get a few more of these jumbled words. And Magic Jar has definitely been popping up a couple of times.
But that doesn't make sense. Why would Ed be trying to make a Dracolich? Though it would make
Wait.
sense why he would need a portion of a soul. He would need a large gem.
Sounds
Wait.
like a ritual,
But he would need a corpse.
which are very readily available.
Well, wait a minute. Oh shit, where were we? Cindergallus just kind of snaps the book up and goes, right, those giant dinosaurs. They're not great, but they can be used as a temporary scenario to make a Dracolich.
Terranin also
well,
just
where
points
would-
at the giant island, or the giant mountain in the island.
Well, that's probably
I'm
not
considering.
You can't make a bot. You can't. Dracoliches require a reptilian or a dragon. That's why I'm surprised he didn't kill you and just use yours.
You haven't heard of an earth dragon before?
Yes,
Points at
Sin
mountain.
just kind of stops and like turns slowly, and like that, like one eyebrow raised. Like, are you?
But why would he need to create a Dracolich unless he's trying to stop something or destroy the whole island? I think and then a moment is like, I think I know what he wants to do. Run with this theory for me. We know that Ed Matthias Dominguez was a hunter of Tiamat, correct?
He was one of the ones that destroyed during the cult of the rise of the cults during the last years.
And who do we know that is a giant cult wishing to look for messiahs to bring end of the world?
Well, the cult of the dragon, the cult of the stars.
There we go.
Pretty much anyone in Thay.
No, stop. Now think of it like this. We do know there's a recent messiah, apparently. And what if Ed, even though it's a very backwards and fucking horrible way to do it, is trying to stop the Golden King from coming through?
Why does everything have to be about you?
Not making it about me. It would be the only reason why he would have to do this unless he just wishes for world domination. Which we don't even know his motives for doing this other than he threw his son in a dagger or he threw someone's son in a dagger and he pissed someone off. But he didn't directly kill them, outside of Reda.
Okay,
And-
okay. Let's assume there's an Earth Dragon that actually exists and isn't just a fucking myth.
Okay.
Speaking of that, can anybody see souls?
Looks at the sign.
Hmm?
You see souls? You've seen wacky shit before.
No.
I think those were drugs.
Sadly, I can't just see souls out of thin air. Sorry.
But wait, if he was trying to stop something, why wouldn't he just go and find, I don't know, an actual one that already exists that's beyond his power and comprehension, like my grandfather?
Then
Your
why not
grandfather's
just
still
kill her
alive?
and then also why not just kill her and force her into a position where she would have to? He did try to destroy your ship, no?
Oh shit, he's trying to get to my grandfather. But that's stupid.
Exactly.
He knows,
They
everybody
all come
knows.
together.
Doggeroth sits right outside of fucking Waterdeep in an old ruin. I mean, it's practically painted on the fucking door.
Don't you have something of his? Wait, did she show us the ring actually? Because I don't want to meta that actually.
You've probably seen it, but you haven't.
Okay.
Unless you've really noticed it, like you probably assumed.
No, then
she
no.
would have to agree.
Well, do you have something of value of his?
Well, I mean,
That's a yes or no question. We're dealing in facts and logic, and you're not one to beat around the bush.
Sin holds the book up between her hands, like in a prayer thing, and then she stops. Well, this would actually be quite a unusual concept.
Should we be having this conversation out in the open?
Probably not, but I don't think Edgar's going to say anything.
No, by the time you guys are already doing all this discussion, he's pretty much been back and hammering.
Yes, he at least makes loud enough that we can disguise things.
I would actually fear more from being inside, actually.
I mean, at least you guys didn't give him the magma course, so.
Oh, God.
Magma
Okay,
one,
that's
so.
mine.
This is my egg warmer. It's for Popeye only. It's what he sits on.
That's what Popeye replaces herself when she needs to go out and do business.
Fucking. So, now the question remains, how do you factor into all this? Because, well, let's assume either he's trying to stop a cult of Orcus, perhaps other cults, and wipe them off the map, as they would try to take off a few people in a fell swoop with the Dracolich. How do you factor into this? And she looks over at the sign. What have you done exactly? Or what do you
Oh, I
have?
don't need to finish? Okay.
Well, go on with your thought then. I'm quite sorry.
Well, you see, in the early times when before, part of the record that isn't written in here and written in a totally different diary that I actually burned because it had absolutely no use beyond that. Yes, I went through it entirely and magic checked. Daggerath was trying to make sure that he had bodies, which is what happened to my uncle and 3 of my aunts. Yes,
So-
my grandmother had sex with a dragon before and had a bunch of kids. And that was entirely perfectly fine to sacrifice them to a situation to find out if the soul of a dragon could pass into a, well, half-breed.
Oh, that took a turn.
So let me guess, you're like a pseudo-avatar then?
God, I hope not. I hope it was all entirely bullshit and completely useless, because it didn't prove pointful or work
Well,
then.
that would make sense then why he would try to kill you. Take out an avatar, get its soul, proceed to make fucked up dragon.
But I mean, it's
Wait,
I'm bracing-
wait.
I'm practically just a fucking... I mean, I don't have the powers of a sorcerer, but
Blue points at Sin. Black.
Does that mean anything?
He has part of my soul. And the wing flexes. Most likely the blue half.
oh, bloody hell!
Is he trying to recreate Tiamat? My brain's kind of...
I'm sorry, Tiamat.
Five-headed dragon.
Blue, red, black. Fuck, what's the other color? Wait.
Possible.
White.
Oh, god damn it.
I mean, it's theoretically possible to create a conglomeration of souls that would create a pseudo Tiamat Lich.
I would like to point out the fact that he had most likely mind controlled all of them. All of the adventuring party that he went to go. He puts up air quotes, stop Tiamat with.
So do you think he was trying to study Tiamat to see how she would work?
Or he made a deal.
That makes me wonder.
Nobody does
If he
know
had-
how it stopped.
Does make me wonder if he has a hand with the king then.
Because
Made
her body
another
may have
deal.
been incomplete. He's trying to give her the most optimal body suitable.
But how would I factor in then?
Power.
I mean,
They did.
is he trying to use basically the Golden King's doorstep, but even further through me? That would
Well,
make
my
some-
question is, has he directly even messed with you?
Memories lost, dear. All I know is that I'm apparently a messiah, so hell knows if I could have even been messed with.
Same
Maybe
for
once
you,
we-
I'm assuming. He points his sign. The anomaly of the universe.
Hex, you alright, buddy?
Sorry, there's people outside and they're coming in and out, so it's like I have to mute.
Yeah, no problem.
But yes, they're asking you if the wizard, or at least the magic user, Ed Matthias Dominguez, has any effect on you, or did anything to you, as far as you know.
I'm going to say absolutely not. Unless he has any sort of relation to Oros, then no.
Well, we should keep your being an anomaly of space and time a big of a secret as possible then.
Well, it's a secret mostly. It's physically and in all terms impossible for people to remember me, except for, well, another whole greater over-god and all that, but we don't have to worry about them yet. And Orum, but I think he's fine. But yes, your
Possible to remember you.
dingus demite what?
Yes, it would be entirely possible to remember you.
It's
Because
very
I had
difficult to.
that happened to me where I was questioning why I allowed Ataria to stay in my room.
Mm-hmm.
So theoretically, a powerful enough wizard with a certain amount of brain power would theoretically account for you being not there.
Possibly, if he was thinking of all things, but I wouldn't think he would think as far as, oh, this person just physically can't be remembered, maybe a rogue or something. I think I'm a bit of a blind poker chip here. I don't think he knows, but he knows of something being there. Well, when there's something that you, well, can explain, I think he's put a mark on it, made a figure of it. Say you throw a dagger and the dagger goes left instead of right, well, he's not thinking, well, it just went left instead of right. No, he's probably thinking someone pushed it right. Who? I don't know. So yes, it's entirely possible he remembers me, but just not me. It's a whole shtick. Takes eons to remember and really get down.
Oh, I got to move our token to join the group. There we go.
It's confusing. I don't know too much about it.
Need several more days to recover. But let's break this down into the things we'd accomplish. Getting the Sharptooth clan on our side is probably goal number 1 at this point.
Sure.
Then, if my dreams are anything to take into account, survive the Knoll attack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. My intentions is we should probably head back north. I have an entire crew to save before they die.
Yes, but again, I'm breaking these into the most accomplishable at the moment. On our way north, we will be speaking with the Sharp Teeth. That is our plan. Still correct?
I don't think we were ever going to speak with the sharp teeth. Oh,
No,
wait,
we were.
Sorry.
We were. Yeah, Bone Breakers. You're thinking of Bone Breakers, yeah.
Yeah, no, we need to meet with the sharp teeth. They will be here in a couple of days, I believe.
The Bone Breakers I could live without.
Yes, though if we ever do need some assistance, I at least have some audience.
You have that
To be
necklace.
Yes, as long as I keep it on me anyway.
To be honest, we should actually just determine which one's the most reasonable and militarize them.
The Sharp Teeth.
Probably, considering they used the powers to help bring 2 of us back from the dead.
We owe them.
Yes.
Just be careful with how far their power can reach. If I recall, they're all druids. Maybe they're tied to this land.
I don't
The
think all
Sharp
of
Teeth are
them
more
draw
warriors
power.
than I believe the Elder is the only one that may have powers like
Magic.
Well, I mean, it may be best for us to take them and the Bone Breakers. Promote one side, promote the other, but ultimately leave it as a situation.
that. Negotiate them splitting the island in half.
That would never work.
Or negotiate in a way that eventually the Sharp Teeth would be able to overrun the Bone Breakers after, say, a swift but decisive battle.
I don't think I want to try and exploit the Bonebreakers' lack of intelligence. We don't even know if they have any higher intelligence. It seemed they did.
Their
They
leader
spoke
is
all your
incredibly
intelligences.
intelligent. He can.
Well, then, I don't think we can negotiate such a bargain that allows the Sharp Teeth to just take over the island without any Bonebreakers catching wind.
His telepathy surpasses my own.
Well, then there's our problem.
It's a theory. A working theory.
Oh.
Improbable, but not impossible.
And the problem is there's also holes in it, as some of us have literal holes in our head, some of us
Hello?
have holes otherwhere. And she points at
I
his sign's
forgot
face
to
like
ask.
falling off.
Only at night, because that's
Okay.
when I soak.
Okay, just making sure.
I
Like,
just look wrinkly right now.
actually, I don't think Adaria knows that Arizel has holes in her memory. Or wait, didn't she actually mention that she forgot things as well? I forget.
No,
'Cause I don't
or-
want
No,
God.
she didn't.
Okay.
She did not.
she hasn't remembered anything that any of us would have.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure before I go super into it.
Yeah.
And some of us have holes in our souls, and he points at Retta.
It's
So
more
we
like-
all have a hole Shh. We all have a soul, hole, Jesus, somewhere. It's just how Ed is wishing to exploit it to certain degrees. Also, I'm curious exactly why I would be needed to be emptied. Would that mean the Golden King wished to take my soul and just remove everything part of me and just make me more of a vessel? And why would Ed want that rather than the soul?
An empty vessel. You can do a lot of things with an empty vessel.
Actually, if he was trying to do the ritual, he would require a mass power source.
So you think he was using me more as a conduit to stem off the king's power?
Did he not just take the
I think
conduit
it's
from
completely
me?
unrelated. You're in a complete fucking situation that's going to destroy the universe.
I'm.
I'm sorry, what was that turn?
DM
Sorry.
intervention just a little bit here.
Yeah.
So Adaria and Syndra Gallows, you do remember, actually even Sign to some degree. You remember your brief conversation with Yabala when Arizel and Teranin were dead. That the altar was a fount of power.
Okay.
And it was released, but it was released without purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So she used the power of the altar to give it purpose to give you guys a chance to revive the dead. But success was really only up to you guys.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You know, I have another crazy theory, but this one gets a little bit more in the side of unbelievable. If you wish to hear that out.
I'm ready to hear any theory, but as you all probably know, I am really not a planner.
Oh, that's fine.
You know, maybe
So-
we should go get lunch while we do this.
Lunch
Yes, we
sounds
can
good.
walk and talk.
Reddit
So-
seems really tired, even just after a short training session. Like he's still not
Yeah.
doing great. He probably actually opened up his stitches.
Here's a really stupid theory.
So let's just have you guys.
What if
pretend-
we had the souls of the adventurers from Ed's original party? Because as
I
we know,
can
Ed liked to-
confirm 4 of them are dead. 1 of them is a possibility.
And Azria, I mean, honestly, how would that work? You and I were born long before that situation even happened.
Actually, how long ago was Hunter's thing? Because he never told us how long ago it was, did he?
He did not.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All he mentioned was.
I guess how long ago was the Well of the Dragons?
13 years ago?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. I'm just spitballing.
Yeah, we were all just spitballing at the wall for a while. Like we definitely pulled a fucking Drake's for a good 45 minutes.
Fucking throw plot at the wall, hope some of it sticks with all the information we have.
Oh, no worries. I'm really enjoying this.
No, that's like this is super good RP. Just want to point that out.
If you guys could see me in person, like just hearing all this from you guys, I am smiling from ear to ear.
God, the problem is, technically, at least for the fucking Tiamat thing, we know 2 souls technically match up. The only question is how the other 3 do, if it's even true.
Yeah, like that's just like a theory that popped into Retta's head.
A
Yeah.
game theory.
It's
Because
very
he's
loose.
like, again, he's very, if you haven't noticed it, pretty straightforward on, like, he knows these facts, so this might be what's happening. There could be a lot of underlying things, and he's terrified of that mountain.
In actuality,
Yeah.
I would point out something.
Go ahead.
Well, if he has part of Terranen's soul, undoubtedly, if he did as much work as I think he did with the Well of those Dragons and that conflict, he would undoubtedly have the same knowledge that I have. Albeit the notes would be different. He would probably have a much later copy with the intended how to control Dracolich when you make it. Not the, oh, we fucked up and Daggerath got away after killing all of us. Which, by the way, is what he did. He did completely tricked them entirely.
My grandfather sounds like kind of an asshole. I can now understand why he's related to you.
You realize that he has been slowly corrupting and taking over the Cult of the Dragons and Waterdeep for, well, centuries now. Force Master even became a lich.
I see it! He runs out.
Dear God, I hate that man.
I like him. He brings life to this dead place.
I'm pretty sure you drain all life from this alive place.
Oh, bring me a corpse and I can show you all kinds of life.
Completely random.
Oh, I didn't know
thought.
you were into necrophilia, but I'll make sure next time to grab you one.
Completely random thought. Totally off topic.
Go ahead.
Terranen points at Smiley. Can that thing fight with me?
I mean, it can't really fight, but what do you mean? Like,
A distraction, mainly.
don't see why not.
My tribe, the Azul Blade Dancers, fought one-on-one. We never fought alone. Seeming as we tend to fight multiple enemies, having something by my side, even if it is this small, would be advantageous. And Rhoda uses his telepathy to talk to Smiley. Are you okay with that?
Oh my god. How does that work? Fucking. Excuse
The
me as I reach into the Raven loft.
It's of like absolutely horrifying things.
Fucking just Raven loft
Oh,
images.
man.
It melting off, things like that. It's like suddenly it just all warps into yes.
Oh man, this is great. I did not expect that. Okay.
Totally just like popped into my head.
Yes.
Fucking-
So
Can't believe Retta just went to fucking Ravenloft now after telepathically talking with one of them.
Retta, as you do this,
Aaron, sorry. Keep
I
fucking.
mean, yes.
We,
Tyranid.
I did it just a second ago.
Yeah.
It's gonna
As
take some
you-
getting used to.
Yeah, it's like the Elric thing all over again.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we totally didn't. Like,
Tyranid, as you step, as you decide to phase your mind into this creature's own particular mind, you feel an immense sense of hunger, but also a slight loathing toward existence itself. And it mumbles back to you, almost haggardly so. Pain. But not unacceptable. Long as Master is okay with it. But blood must feed soon.
I use blades. You can drink all the blood you want.
Currently in contract.
Tyranid just lifts his head from looking at Smiley. Looks directly at Sin. He's hungry.
Oh, well, I guess you better feed him.
He looks at his open wound.
Sin looks at him. By the way, if he does end up being sent back home because of damage to him, I expect you to pay for the return money, incense.
I didn't take any of the money we got paid.
I think you still have the bag on you.
Wait, who actually grabbed the bag of money from?
I didn't. I assumed you did. No, wait. It probably would have
It
been.
would've
me
been
'cause I was
you.
the last one to leave. Yeah, I guess I,
I
have
hope
it.
so. I hope
No,
so.
it was definitely you. Because
Yeah,
Tyranid wouldn't have done it.
yeah, because you were, unless fucking Arizel grabbed it, because I
No,
was too
he
busy
didn't-
flaunting and being an asshole.
He doesn't.
I think it probably would have been.
Just
What?
a little insight into his mind. Since he died, he doesn't feel like he earned anything. So that's why he didn't take
Understandable.
anything.
Okay. I think technically Arizel probably would have grabbed it because I was too busy being an
Alright.
ass.
We're just gonna say Ari did it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write that down because she was there too.
Yeah, the rogue took the money. Weird.
Weird. Weird flex, but okay.
We'll have that.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna let Smiley take a bite.
Oh no.
Fuck it.
Well,
He
Sai-
holds out his left forearm.
So, Syndra, you can roll this because Smiley's your familiar.
All right. What am I rolling?
The draining bite.
Oh, no.
Does he get that?
He has it. Look at his sheet.
Oh.
I guess he's a special familiar. The worst kind.
I literally pulled him right out from his.
Well, familiars can't attack. That's why I was confused. They only can technically.
She got something different because she rolled really bad.
Yeah.
Well,
he just literally did
really
a summoning ritual.
really good.
So, Retta, you took 3 necrotic damage, and your maximum HP has been reduced by 3 until you take a long rest or affected by a greater restoration spell.
Okay.
Well, shit.
But it just says delicious. Not whole, but delicious.
Did you just sign a blood oath to that thing?
Maybe. He says I taste good.
That sounds kind of fucked up. And we've been through a lot of fucked up shit, which is kind of saying something.
He looks you dead in the eye. You haven't eaten dragon before?
I barely even talked to a dragon until like about 3 weeks ago.
You realize that like the number of dragons in the world are limited, right? I mean, for the most part, short of a handful, like they're named. There's a list somewhere, probably in Waterdeep for that matter, that just has this is all the known dragons.
That's like me asking, have you ever eaten a Fey Noble before?
I mean, I'm
Yes.
90% sure your name's probably on there, or not.
I should be.
Probably her father's.
Wait, you were. Wait, you were.
I was like, I should be. I'm on a list.
Sin pulls out, like reaches into like a book, pulls out a thing. Right, that was you. As she slides across a thing, blue dragon wanted for destroying ships.
Showing hundreds of ships. Like I'm coming into my house.
Yeah, except as you guys actually now starting to understand that Red Eye is not a true blue dragon, he's a hybrid. But they're gonna keep calling him a blue dragon.
Yeah, but on pretty much on every piece of paper it says blue.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't.
They got it wrong.
Well, I mean, when you didn't leave many survivors.
One. And then he died.
Ooh,
That's not a survivor.
so close.
Well, he left, and then he came back. And then his son came. And I sent to go hang out with my mom.
Kill a whole family. Son lives. Go have tea with mom.
So how long are we
This-
watching Smiley get himself some sip?
Yeah, the good dragon.
So, upon you guys sitting there and not leaving, Verpal being the good inn hostess, walks over the tray with warm drinks. As you're starting to hear that a rain in the distance, a thunderclap in the distance, and you start to see the sudden showers. And, oh, seems like they were gonna have another heavy downpour.
Oh, thankfully.
And here is some warm drinks. I know it's a bit early, but could help the body. And what is that? She sees this thing on
Bob.
Retta.
Oh, it's just an exotic spider from a different dimension. Don't worry about it.
Bob.
He's my new friend.
Bob.
His name is Smiley.
Smiley. I forgot the name. Speaking of names, what's your name again?
Vorpal? Verpal?
Yep, that's Verpal.
I always call it like my brain, like dyslexia kicks in whenever something sounds familiar. So I know her name is Vorpal.
I don't know why that made me think of like that fucking Vine. It's like you're my friend now, and his kid just picking up a rat. What
And-
fucking Reddit
That's
even
what I
knows
was going
that, like-
for, actually.
All right, good.
Fantastic. You've been working super hard. Great, fantastic. Have a tip or something. I'll just give him like 2 gold. Oof.
She looks very confused, but just thank you.
Down at the end of the table, Syndra's just like, don't ask.
Okay. Do you require any food?
Yes.
A slightly
Probably.
smaller steak than the one yesterday.
I think they do, yeah.
This morning, I think. No, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday. I had eggs this morning. I bit my tongue.
Right.
Okay.
Hey.
Simple lunch. We are also be getting some new supplies since Vestio and Nakali had left for hunting a few creatures. Very well, I'll provide some simple lunch. I shall let Galmic know.
Where do you guys throw the bones?
She kind of turns her head over to where the direction of I believe Galamic would do that actually. I suppose I should ask him or let him know and you ask him. Kind of adjusting her fingers.
Thank you. I have a hobby.
I see. She looks a little scared by that, but
No, it's Scrimshaw. She kind of pulls out like a piece.
right. I shall get some normal lunches. Starts waddling over.
Completely not raising the dead.
Oh, she's already out of earshot from hearing that.
No, that's just what Sin says to everybody
Yeah.
else.
And you hear a loud voice saying, "What? Bone soup? Who eats bones?"
Oh god.
Broth? Bone broth?
I
No.
want to eat them. I just
Bone
want
broth.
them.
Bone broth exists?
Yes, it does.
I didn't just use it like that.
Comes out, walks over. All right, we'll be asking about my bones.
Hello,
No.
Master Chef.
Bone pile was for the town
Yes.
and looking for something.
Yes, I put all bones in back alley area, buried, far off.
Oh, don't worry. The more seasoning, that's good. It helps with the scrimshaw.
Oh, you from? Oh, what was it? The 10 Towns.
No, I'm a sailor.
Knucklehead Trout.
Oh, no, no, jokes.
Bah, fine.
Sin is just staring at him like, are we talking the pirates, knucklehead trout, or
The Icewind Dale one. The one with very famous in 10 Towns.
oh yes,
Nice
Right.
and red.
The cold.
It is cold. That's if you have death wish you want to go up there.
I actually spent
Anyway.
quite a bit of time up there in the ice. It's quite
Anyway, we have
Probably been up there at some point.
We do stock up on bones. Though I cannot give you proper telling of what bone belongs to what anymore, since I usually bury them by end of day, evening.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. Thank you.
Right. So, normal lunch. Looks over to he looks over to Adaria and to Syndra, says, "Meat okay, or you?"
It is for me.
Me shall be fine. Can you just use like what is it? I don't know if you have it here, but more of like a mint topper or like a glaze just over top to add a little bit of bitterness to it.
You eat meat.
Bitter
I
meat.
thought you only ate
Good.
fruit.
Just because I've been eating bananas, because I have never had one before, doesn't mean I don't eat other things. Someone's got a little bit of a closed mind.
You know, just because I don't use it much, can I use detect thoughts on fuck, I already forgot his name. Galmac.
Yes, you may. What are you looking for specifically? Just his surface thoughts?
Surface thoughts and also like exactly where he buries them, like because he's probably thinking of like he's probably picturing it in his mind right now.
Oh yes. So.
I gotta look it up. The DC.
No, he's not resisting. He's just thinking this really loud.
Okay,
You
I
don't-
have to look up the
Yeah.
detect thought spell.
I thought you didn't need it unless like you went like for a deep dive, like DC wise you were fine
you
for
only
surface
need
level.
Deep dive.
Yeah, for surface level you just get them.
Okay, sorry.
Like-
Yeah, I've literally never used this spell before in my fucking life. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
no.
surface level, you get everything. If you want to dive deeper, then it's an intelligence check versus, I think, their wisdom. And then if they failed, the dive just fails, and they
eye
know
roll,
someone was trying to
okay.
plunge into their mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just add detect thoughts to my spell my spell list. So I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I've been trying to get that spell Callisti forever.
so upon asking where the bones were, the first thing you get is this nice little open lot of right by large wooden walls. Just this big mound buried. And lots of animals will come by here and there, just small critter type animals, and handled by a couple of druids, possibly the other ones.
I can't see his eyes in the token, so I'm just gonna say what, yellow for pupils, or for what are the fucking colored eyewires?
Yeah.
So you guys see as Terranin just takes a second. He shrugs and his eyes flash yellow and go, I know where they are.
Open book. Write that shit down.
And then the next moment when they talk about meat and elves, he's like, but in his mind says, they're not sissies.
And he likes you.
Define you. Is that like a vague you to the group?
He just
or-
like uses his pinky and his pointer finger to point at both the elves.
I do hope he at least knows he's making for the better meat. Bitter meat. It's very intricate flavor. I do hope he doesn't mess it up.
Well, you roll a 15 on his cooking food.
He's gonna fuck it up.
Hunter, would
Do
you
you
like to
know how
join
hard it
us?
Wait, who are you referring to that to again?
Oh, I just said Hunter because
Hunter.
he's like literally the only other person here.
He just kind of looks over. He gets up. Old man just kind of saunters over. Well, not really saunters, just kind of walks.
Man,
Walks
that
on
bitch is a
by.
revenant. He could float over.
Kind of wants to hide that he's a revenant to the rest of the.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm being
Hey,
an ass.
Revenant get to fly.
Bitch, you can float over.
I don't think
Whoa,
Revenant.
fucker.
Revenants can't
No,
don't have any like floating abilities.
They don't. They
They're
just
not.
have.
They're,
No.
literally
That
just,
attitude.
they're just literally like super whites and super zombies.
Okay, they can't
They
even
are-
face your walls. What
Yeah.
bitches?
They're like an above average zombie against a normal person. Against their target, they are fucking terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But yeah, like, but the other thing is like, Hunter literally like, oh, you killed me. Well, see you back in a couple of hours, bitch.
Yeah, it literally only takes like a
Unless
couple
he
hours.
unless he used fire.
Actually, no, it
Oh.
takes a full day.
Yeah, I thought you had to burn them. Yeah, if it takes fire damage, it. Oh wait, until its next turn.
Yeah, it's that does
Okay.
nothing. I think it's just like a 24-hour respawn to the closest dead body, which was literally 15 feet behind him when he died.
Oh, weird. I thought there was a way to kill them though with fire, but I might be dumb.
No.
Like
No, you
like
have
burn.
some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
okay,
nuts to get rid of a revenant. But
Yeah.
okay, Gabe, Terranin just looks at him like, eating alone is unadvantageous, even if you're not eating.
True.
And
as-
we're speaking of our quarry.
Now you have my attention. As he puts
That's
the
all it
food-
took.
puts the drinks down and everything. He just kind of walks over, sits in between Terranin and Sign. I suppose you uncovered something.
Yeah,
I
he might
think-
be trying to make a magic jar.
Why would he need a magic jar?
Well, the only reason you'd ever do that is you're seeking immortality with a foolish way, or you're trying to make a Dracolich.
Is that all the purposes a magic jar can be used?
Well, I'm sure there's actually a pile of other ones, but there's not really that many casters who can cast it.
No. And Matthias, grudgingly speaking, is a skilled in the ways of magic.
Since you were at least close to Ed, did he have any intricacies in destroying cults of the like?
He really pauses to think about it. And I'll just grab his sheet. Man,
Damn.
zoomies.
His fucking head must be racing thinking about this. It's really hard.
Well, it's definitely something. Let me just get his thing.
Yeah, no worries.
You all have noticed this before, but since it's raining, Terran keeps like looking at the water, or looking at the door. You could probably all assume that he wants to just go stand out and meditate in the rain. But he's more hungry than he wants to.
Well, I mean, he is down blood, so.
Yeah.
He definitely had a dislike for there was at one time I vaguely remember a strange construct, a square looking robotic thing. Ed was fascinated by it, but since he could not acquire it, and its interest of order and continuous monotonous talk did not seem to fit what he wanted, upon destroying it, it dissipated into smoke.
Wait, are you talking about... Wait, so
Like
you
you
said
said-
the one who's always obnoxiously talking about time and paradoxes and things like that?
Rude, yes. Why?
Oh, I don't know. Weird square thing that's always worried about order. I would figure that someone like you who has said some very odd things.
Hunter looks at you.
Well, I do know a select few people who are always itching about order. Primus, good example. Primus's minions, great example. Why?
You remember getting punched and suckered punched by these things earlier?
I think,
Remember,
yeah, now I'm
remember a
starting
few things.
Well,
to...
Ed was always obsessed with control, but not to be controlled.
So
Oh,
me.
So we found your tie.
Well, yes and no. He's quite obsessed with order, Primus, but his own order. There's no leeway for anyone else's condition. To be doing such a thing, stretching reality to someone else's needs, is a crime against his own self. Unless
Well,
there's
what
someone
if-
else like me, they wouldn't be working with Primus. Primus has no tolerance for us, so it'd probably
Well, what
be
if you were
rogue.
to... What if you were to take someone that had no order, a paradox perhaps, and use their power to get
Nothing.
away from it?
Well, there's really no getting away from it, to be honest. They always
Well-
find you.
There is.
And
You.
that is, I'm guessing, the artifact?
Well,
Could be.
theoretically, if you can bridge beyond our universe into another universe or a different plane,
It's possible.
Well, the
It's
rules
very
don't
possible.
exactly
I've done
exist.
it. Everything's really possible with us. It's kind of strange. You can make things appear, disappear, happen, not happen, just off of a whim.
Question either, because this is going to be stretching back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Did the Golden King ever mention where his existence was to me? During that
Nope.
conversation from a dream? Okay.
He just said that he's from the far side of the universe, stars.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So you think he's somewhere else in a different dimension? Or they think we're in a different dimension? Is that what I'm getting?
There's a few things that concern me.
Well,
Well.
your golden bitch seems to be from outside of the crystal spheres.
So you would need someone that exists outside of the spheres in order to obtain his power.
I am confused as to what you are referring to. Is this
Yeah.
supposed to be for Matthias?
Yes. And it's scary, and then I'm starting to see what the picture is.
Strange thought. Could be me doing it.
What do you mean?
Well, there's not just me. There's me, and then other me's. Look at this book, and I'll pull out this really old fucking journal, and I'll open it, and you notice that when I write something, a bunch of other writing appears, multiple pages, and it's all quite similar, but not quite at the same time. And I'll go, well, if you look here, this is me, but that's also me, that's also me, and that's also me. All different kind of people. It's the only thing that I have from when I begun. Supposedly, we all have the same journal. Say there was someone out of the crystal whatever doohickey you're on about. The only person that I know of that could get there and go out of our region into another one is another one of me. Could be fighting against myself. And you can't really kill just me to get rid of all of me. Hell,
Why
there's thousands and billions of me dying every 5 seconds. One of them may have just went left instead of right. Instead of meeting you, met him.
Question is, why kill you when you can just obtain power to open holes? Or perhaps there's a specific you that he needs.
Well, that's always entirely possible.
I mean, theoretically, there's actually just a possibility that he doesn't know that sign exists, or that you exist. Except for now. I mean, now that we've actually kind of pissed on his lawn, so to speak.
It's all quite confusing. I only know one other person that can make any mind of this, and I don't even know how to contact them.
What a strange web we have suddenly wove ourselves into.
He at least knew I survived. He's probably wondering how.
Well, that's easy. He fucked up.
Doesn't seem like
You
the
don't
kind
think-
of man to fuck up.
Everyone fucks up at least once or twice in their lives.
That is definitely true. Look in this book. Look at all of them. Pew! Dead. Look, that one just
I
went.
think that... I think that's the
Hunter
thing
just
that's
looks
also...
at this. He looks at you, sign, and says, "I think the hole in your theory is that I'd feel no hatred towards you. If you were, as you say you were, which is confusing, I would have this uncontrollable urge to kill you right now."
But what if
Well.
you didn't know him because people didn't know he existed?
Well, what if it's not me that you
Red
hate,
is
but
probably-
another one of me?
It's beyond that. It's an age
What,
to
Red?
storm.
Hmm.
If Sign was in fact Ed Matthias Dominguez in a different dimension, then that would be completely pointless. And yes, he would probably sense the same hatred because they're the same being.
Or their lack of. I don't really exist. Remember that.
Where's my food? My head is hurting.
I mean, theoretically, it has because there's been people who have used, very, very good versions of simulacrum, and Revenants have had a very hard time discerning which one was which.
Yes.
I think
It's just. It's different, as in, well, a spell creates another person of me. I bend different things. Well, where they should happen, they don't. That's why it's a little more complex.
I mean,
I have a
fine,
question.
Astro.
Did something happen to you when you disappeared and then reappeared when we had forgotten you and then didn't?
Yes, actually.
I never forgot him.
Which is strange. I'll actually have to look into that one. But, long story short, yes, something did happen. I don't think we need to worry about it, but
I mean, we might as well since we're throwing every theory in the sun out here.
well, TLDR, I was found. I was sleeping, and, well, Primus got a good look at my location, found me, took me in, and, I was supposed to be eviscerated. Completely ripped off from all dimensions. You would all forget about me. I would never exist. But something strange happened, which in all my eons of living has never happened. A not me appeared, and actually saved me. This is the Aurum I'm speaking of. He's the only one that has been able to do that. Another version of me that isn't me. Which is strange, and the possibility of something else of me would exist, but not necessarily me, is possible. To that degree, he was stronger. Much, much stronger. He stopped time. Well, stopped time
I mean,
for
you
even
assume that
Primus.
you're unique.
Well, I'm unique and perfectly dull at the same time. I'm just a bit of a broken shard of
Of course,
glass.
we're also dealing with gods, and gods are apparently not completely omniscient, so
Well, gods really can't control me. It's quite difficult to do so.
I'm pretty sure gods can control anyone.
They haven't so far. Otherwise, I wouldn't exist.
Didn't he also wish not to vanquish? You just said Primus wished to vanquish you, so technically, they do control you, other than some man stopping it.
Well, that man is me, to be precise, or at least him. Either way, it's all just a little too confusing for my little head to wrap around.
I mean, theoretically, it could have just been, I don't know, Mordekainen or anyone else. I mean, they're just
So they
making
would have made themselves
assumptions that
known.
you're unique.
Well, uniqueness is not really the concern for me. I don't care that I'm not unique or not. It's just I know that I have things that I do that people really can't wrap their heads around. I do things that I can't wrap my head around. And sometimes they don't end well. That's why I like to stay more dull than unique. Last time I was unique, well, I hurt a lot of people. And I'll just take a long drag of a cigarette.
Well, I think after dinner, I think I'm going to go take a nap.
I think I'm gonna go take a nap right now, actually. Actually, after a couple drinks.
You can eat that.
No, you could have it.
Ternan's like already done with like most of the meat. None of the vegetables have been touched.
I'll
And there's the pasta too.
I'll reconvene with you in a moment. Let me just go grab a drink.
What is that? And he points at pasta.
It's food.
Really?
So, the best image I can give you guys is that this is definitely think of it as pork chops on the side with chopped up meat on top of spaghetti. And then
Oh,
on the
okay. So
side,
it's like.
and on the
Sorry, go ahead.
side there's actually spinach and Brussels sprouts.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think. Can you actually like use a mint as a meat? I know it's more of a garnish. I don't think you can actually use it as like a glaze because then it
You
starts tasting really bitter.
Can,
unless
but
the-
it get real weird.
Yeah, it's called.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was about to
There is
say.
a mint glaze. It's just like it would be putting like mint grenadine on something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fuck it. Adoria's probably got some out there tastes
Yeah.
at
Ha!
this point.
Which, by the way, yes, it's the same thing for you. Everyone got the same dish except for you, Adoria. You also got on the side what looks to be like a pepper salt shaker.
Oh no. Is it
since
just
you guys-
mint leaves grind up?
But since you were in the middle of talking,
Mhm.
Galmac just kind of looks at all this. This, I don't understand your weird talk. Here, food. This is pasta imported from Rakashan Outpost. That's beast chops from Big Crocodile. That's also the flank of the elk. There's some of those vegetables that Verpal says that you skinnies need. Don't know why. It's food. Oh, you wanted bitter. Yeah. Shaker.
Thank you, dear. And you see Adoria just like you know how some people just overzealously put salt on things? That's Adoria with like the mint shaker.
He's just kind of walks on back into the kitchen. All right, so Sign, you're heading over to the front counter. You see that there's this
Yeah,
other
that's a
orc.
sign of me getting an actual drink.
So Susie just immediately walks over to you. It's like, sir, how may I help you? What sort of drink you looking for?
Whiskey. Straight.
Whiskey. Okay, that will be about 5 copper.
Toss 5
Oh,
copper.
Also, you guys, your lunch. Well, you're really nice Excellent lunch that Galen McMade. He charged you all a silver each for the dish. Alright. Any other drinks you want, or are you hoping to get the bottle? Because it's just a shot.
That's fine for just a shot.
Excellent. Alright. And she walks over. Over here, you see this gentleman just quietly mousing over, looking at his books, while sipping what looks to be like tea.
Oh, mind my business.
No matter what Ed wants
Be
to
a solemn
do.
drinker.
Wait, repeat that one more time for me, Jeeves. I didn't hear that.
I was. No matter what Ed wants to do, right? We cannot accomplish anything. What can we do in the short term?
Get over this malady. Figure out how to get Ari curse. Kick
And
back
also-
until we meet with the sharp tooth. Kick back until we head north, and I suspect we should head west, or at least that's
We
what
also
I'm
have,
planning to do.
since we're technically contracted by someone that wishes to shove a knife through my throat, we also need to find her little sister.
Yes, but the fact of that one was the sister would find you, so technically we can do whatever we want until that situation occurs.
Yes, as Aderia, as she says those words, you remember your particular curse of your
Yeah.
attachment.
And if she's your handmaiden, she should be trying to find you desperately.
God, I always told Mother never do shit with handmaidens, but I guess in the end, I had one. It disgusted me to no end.
Yeah, you can almost feel the territorial, angry big sister from Adia.
Weird. I fucking stole her sister and just basically mind fucked her.
Through the window, there's
What?
just Adia sitting there staring at you.
Yeah, like
In the rain.
she's like just fucking a finger. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the eyes go two fingers pointing to her black obsidian eyes that have nothing but the void, and it's
You know,
just pointing at you.
I think he's watching me right now. I don't know why she's outside. Oh wait, sorry, that's just an illusion from the rain. I'm really losing my shit. I probably need a nap as well. All this talk of outer worldly other bullshit is probably going to get to my head over the short term.
I have nothing else to do today. I will go meditate.
Remember when... God, remember it was just a short trip to just come get a plant, and now we're in the inner workings of a multi-planar bullshit. What a fucking time.
Sorry.
We're talking about plants now, as Hunter's kind of looking very confused with this whole thing.
Yes, my original notion was to go find something referred to as the teardrop of the moon, and maybe hire some adventurers to escort me to it, but I see that's been put on the side for one Ed Dominguez. Matthias.
I mean, chances are we're going to find your plant just because we're going to have to chase his ass all over this freaking place.
Well, what do you know about plants and their bullshit, Hunter, since you've been dying and living on repeat for a while?
Well, if you're asking if I was fertilizer for plants, no. At least as far as I know.
I heard the undead make really unsightly fertilizer. They keep moving and keep fighting with plants. I don't know why. Really weird seeing zombies and plants kind of go at it. I guess some weird druid fetish or something.
I suppose it's the idea that plants would absorb the undead's nutrients for fertilizer and whatnot.
But you haven't heard of anything called the Teardrop of the Moon, have you? While hunting down your man?
Not the exact thing called Teardrop of the Moon, but I heard of a moon's tear.
Damn, the moon tear really fucked someone up, apparently. I think our DM's gone for a minute.
He might be. She's probably muting because of the siren.
Oh yeah, I figured, but
So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So he paused for a moment as he said the moon's tear, and then just says, "Yes, a unnatural, but well, more of supernatural plant that could cure. It is a main ingredient for supposedly the mythical ambrosia."
why
Of
would
some
someone
sort.
need ambrosia? Huh,
I
I might
don't
be
know.
overthinking this too much. Well, that was my main
Yes.
goal, to come and just get that, so.
It was also considered the elixir. As to what sort, I don't know. The druids would probably know more, as they've been handling the fauna and flora of this particular land. I can't say much about the tribes since they are sporadic in their allegiance to us outsiders.
Actually, that would make sense. The shop too would be a much better resource. They would know the land, they would know the situation, they know the plants that you're looking for.
It'll save
And-
me much more time.
Hey, and helping them out actually probably promote your situation.
the Mycon is Duffma, right?
Yes.
And I believe Duffma did know something about it. Said it was in the poison lands.
Right.
Ah, God.
So again, we're back at gaining power to even
Seems to
walk
be a
these
full
lands.
I mean, we said that last time, then we decided to fight the Red Knight, and then look what happened to us.
Which only affirms my theory.
Well, we all look fine.
Retta looks down and
Mostly.
is slightly bleeding, chest wound.
Just the flesh one.
I believe I'm going to take a nap now. Mint doesn't sit well in the stomach, but does help for digestion.
Hmm. Well, if you're in need of assistance in handling the quarry, I will offer my assistance. For now, I suppose I'll just sit back and watch the rain.
If we learn anything more, we will be sure to inform you.
He gives a nod. Thank you.
Well, time to split up and 2 naps and a meditation.
I guess.
Well,
Well, we have
what
to
is-
technically take a long rest to.
Yeah. So, Retta will
So-
go enjoy the rain and then probably end up going to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's the thing now. So you play. So, do you have anything more for the remaining of your? Because you guys currently still have 4 days of downtime. At least-
I want to use a decent chunk of my money to get a custom ordered sword for Snow.
Okay. Let me just do a quick few rolls here because just want to see what else happens.
I probably
Wow,
want to.
Oh, low.
40/20
wanna-
comes out to a 10.
Miser, I want to probably talk to fucking Glutton Gore and learn a little bit of quick meals I can make on the go for the party outside of. And I'll probably teach him the banana slurry, or at least
Okay.
how to fuck around with it a little bit.
All right. I'm just writing these things quickly down because. All right. So the next remaining few days, we're going to do something for the quick downtime, but I want to do one more thing. So those who are going to go to sleep for, or at least the end of this day that's going on, you can remove another -1 to your Trial of the Dead.
Oh, thank
Um,
God.
When everyone does their thing, I do want to try a thing on one of these nights. So,
Yes.
That's perfectly fine. You can even try it tonight, but I'm going to do one more thing. Also, those who have the remaining point of exhaustion, that will be removed now.
Oh, thank God.
And now, for those that are sleeping, which is now 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, first,
Retta and Eri got it first, so I don't know if you just want to go through me and Sin just to
yeah,
touch on it.
I'm just thinking because there's
Okay.
also. Well, Arietta, you're. Adaria, you're right there. So,
Pain.
pain indeed. Let me just get this.
Yeah. So at some point in your trance, a drenched Terranin walks in and like just curls up on the bed.
Why is the hole still in the floor? God damn it.
Not a fucking carpenter.
I imagine they probably fixed it. But I just like that.
Okay, let me just do something.
Something changes the music to depressing, depresso, depression.
Maybe.
I'm just waiting for like the nuclear winter sound effect where there's like no sound and just wind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not even in the watch together. Like an idiot.
Ah, it's fun.
Yeah, don't worry. Nothing missed much on the music part end of things.
Ah, it's just some casual jams. We just chilling.
I see that. Oh, by the way, when I went to go get that whiskey drink, that was literally me going to get food. So
No worries. No
I
worries.
figured.
So, Adaria, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
At least that does this
Actually,
still
no. I'm
with the
sorry. Let me rephrase that. It's the charisma.
Oh yay! I have a -2 from my -3. Yay! At least it's not at disadvantage. Yay! I'm gonna die.
Well, let's switch that music up now.
God damn it! I was hoping for fucking fluffy unicorns, and not someone getting. I'm not even gonna touch on what the fuck happened last time.
So, Adaria,
What the fuck? Alright, sorry.
you dream, and you find yourself in a altar, or rather, someplace that you are. It's unfamiliar to you, but yet you do feel like you know this place. And let me just fix something here. And you are there, or rather, you should be there, but you are not quite. You are simply floating above. And you see on the various pillars your comrades, each of them quite literally torn apart. Well, more of like they had been cut from the center of their body and their stomach split open. Even Adia, who has been strapped onto the rock altering surface, has been chopped to pieces with a look of absolute hatred on her eyes. And same for your comrades. You are floating up there, and at the very center is the large eye, or what looks to be like an eye, but it's really a stone surface that has been decorated to look like an eye. And standing in the center of it
the very familiar messenger. And of course, this person's face, who you can't even remember. And the words they say, because you rolled low on your charisma saving throw, you cannot comprehend any of the words that they're saying. But you can tell, at the very least, that this one is very focused on the person that is supposed to be you, but is not you. There is a horrific hum and cheering almost. It's as if they are making some sort of prayers, and as it comes to realizations to you, the messenger is laying on the ground. The female standing next to your doppelganger, we will call it,
Mm-hmm.
walks over and passes her a long dagger. It looks frighteningly familiar. It is very familiar, in fact, but it does not have the form that you recollect its name, or rather, you can't be certain where you've seen it before. Grab this. And this individual, once more with the faceless look, raises her hands upward while shouting this incoherent, garbling noise. You are certain that this is some sort of language, but due to some sort of perhaps mental block, all you hear is a horrendous scratching noise against glass. And all these people behind are just cheering as the blood of all these people that you know, your comrades, your temporary pact with the individual as a Dia, begin to pull downward as it is drawn toward the center where the messenger lays, almost as if waiting, expectingly so. Your doppelganger, holding a knife over, walks over and, almost as if literally straddling on top of the messenger, holds a dagger upward to the sky, and then slams the dagger down right to the chest. And still sitting on top of the messenger, begins to pull the dagger down as the blood from your comrades begin to collate into the open wound. Your doppelganger seems to speak a few things, but that is not what it does. Instead, it reaches out with its free hand into the open chest cavity of the messenger, the stars, and pulls out what looks to be like a beating heart that is slowly pulling in all the blood. And it shines brightly like a large ruby. And with it, your doppelganger shoves the large ruby into its own chest. And the form begins to expand, gets larger and larger, until the red blood begins to turn to molten gold. And even the figures here begin to melt. Slowly but surely, even your comrades who, although they've been hanged like offerings, they too begin to melt. All to form to that one particular spot, which the eye starts to glow. Forming into this here as it begins to take its first steps into the prime material realm. And as if for one last bit of mockery, its head turns to face you. And you hear a few words in your mind. Oh, beckon forth, Messiah. Bring change to a stagnating world. And we're going to call the end of this session.
Oh shit.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right.
Spooky.
Seriously,
So Miser, do you just like tying everyone to pillars? Or like, do you got like a pillar kink, or like it's okay if you do? Kidding.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sadist at heart. So
Sadism now with now featuring pillars. Anyway,
anyway, I am the DM of Into the Wildlands, Miser. I don't have any social media, but perhaps in the far future I'll consider it. I hope all my players and listeners are enjoying this spectacular, horrifying little game show. That being said, thank you all, and I will pass the mic on to Jeebus the Dingus.
I'm Jeebus Dingus. Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, all the same. I've just getting over a cold this week, so I didn't stream anything. But coming up next week, probably be doing obviously all 3 games this week, and doing some Destiny later on in the week.
hooray! God, sorry, brain's starting to go again. I'm Mariner at DM Mariner at Twitter or Transpace Mariner on Twitch. I stream almost every day now, or trying to at least for a couple hours. So if you want to watch me just do stupid stuff for like an hour or two, you could probably catch me there. Just doing whatever. Mostly it's been Apex and Genshin until I find another game to get me hooked on for like a few hours. So yeah.
I'm Gothmugel. I play Sandra Gallo, Callisti, Justice, in that order. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, we just lost Hexic.
You might just be tired, who knows.
Well, I'd like to thank y'all for coming, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good
All
night.
right.